All right, the Krueg Show rolling on Tuesday night. Giants win. Giants win. Giants win. They're 4.5 back in the wild card. Laura Brent says they are most definitely in it, in the race. Giants get a win. It was a 1-0 Diamondback game going to the 9th. It was a 1-0 Diamondback game with 2 outs in the 9th. And then what happened? Well, Tyro Estrada triples off the right field wall. Took a funny bounce, got away from Varsho, and Estrada went to third. That brought up Crawford. Crawford swung and missed through an earlier pitch in the at bat, and you thought, man, that was the one. And what does Crawford do? My favorite Giant right now is Brandon Crawford. He hit one out to dead center field. Great night for Jacob Junis. Great night for the Giants. And they are 4.5 back. They get out of there with a 2-1 win over the Diamondbacks. As you can tell on the bottom of the screen, Dan Coccimilgio in his humble abode in the desert with his Giants hat on. And normally Ryan Smith would be out in Lafayette, but he's driving around, taxi cab confessions. What's up, Rye? How you doing, Danny? What'd you guys think of the game? Rye was at the game. I feel vindicated because I gave it away last night as my pick. And then right before game time, my kid's like, Dad, you gave that away as your pick last night. I said, yeah. He's like, have you bet it yet? And I'm like, damn, you know what? I haven't bet it yet. I gave it away as the pick last night. You're right. I gotta get that down. So sure enough, I bet it. And then I was thinking, oh my goodness, what am I doing? They're dead as hell. And then boom, 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 or just boom, boom, I should say.
Yeah.
And the Giants get the 2-1 win. All right, guys, who wants to go first? Rye, where you at?
Yeah,
I gotta go.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I gotta go first, and I gotta cop to it. So first of all, I came in with my brand new camera. I thought I was gonna have this great time, filming talking to people on the way in, which I did. I got a little Krueg chant going on the way with a couple people.
Did you?
And then, yeah. You pull out the camera, man, and all of a sudden people are flocking to you. There was a guy selling beer on the side of the street that apparently has a YouTube channel. So I actually got a little thing. We can shout him out later or something. But so I'm on my way in. I've got my backpack with like my camera and shit. And of course, I didn't realize that you're not allowed to bring backpacks in. So I had to go all the way to the Marina gate. They pulled out like these, like basically Trader Joe's like grocery bags, and then I had to stuff all of my electronics and wrinkle up or like squish up my backpack, and then I'm just carrying around these two things. And then the thing that's hilarious is of all the stuff I have in my bag, they said you're not allowed to bring a selfie stick in. So they confiscated my goddamn selfie stick, my little $20 plastic selfie stick. And so because of that, it was top 9. I wanted to hold out hope. I still felt some hope. But it got to a point where it's like, okay, we have to go all the way to the Marina gate. We should probably just go now. I got to go negotiate to get my selfie stick back. So then we're walking, and I'm paying attention. And it's like, okay, yes, it's one of the track. Okay, 2 outs. All right, I just can't even bear to just watch. Okay, all right, I'm just going to put my phone in my pocket, get in the car at Red Java, pull up the score to check my bets for the day. And all of a sudden it was like, what? Wait, whoa, where did all this money come from? And then I went to the ESPN app, and it was like, what? Estrada tripled? Crawford at a home run? It's freaking insane.
It is the most boring game all night, and you missed the only action of the night.
You know what? Okay, let me take you guys back to Giants history. When I was in college, we decided we're going to Sac State. There's a bunch of us. We're driving down from Sacramento for a Giants-Dodgers day game. It's the debut of Hideo Nomo, right? Hideo Nomo, I think, goes 6 or 7 shutout. The Giants and Dodgers go 16 innings, I believe. Top of scoreless 15 innings. Top of the 16th inning, Dodgers score 3. Bottom of the 16th inning, Giants scored 4, walked him off, and the Comcast commercial was "Where Were You?" And my buddy Joe Kane, God bless him, Jim Molay knows him. Joe Kane was with us. He was so frantic that we were going to leave him and not give. We were his ride back to Sacramento. That he went out in the top of the 16th and sat on top of our car in the parking lot. So when we all got to the parking lot, we're like, "Hey, man, oh my God, that was incredible." And he's like, "What?" Because cell phones were not like, nobody had the cell phone. So it was like, if you had a cell phone, nobody had a smartphone. So he's just sitting there and he hears the crowd cheering and he's like, "Yeah, no, I saw it." I'm like, "No, you didn't see it. You've been sitting out here." Finally, we got him to admit that he missed the entire thing, that he went out in like the top of the 15th or something like that and sat on the car. So we were there all day. He saw no runs. And when that Comcast commercial, "Where were you?" Oh man, we gave him so much shit. I mean, it was just like, it was so beautiful. "Where were you? Where were you, Joe Kane? Where were you? 15 innings. You were sitting on top of the car in the parking lot." Mario Trutanek has become a YouTube member. All right, Mario. Welcome aboard, Mario. Bro. Welcome aboard.
Let's go.
Dude, that was you tonight. You saw scoreless baseball except for the one Diamondback run.
Yeah, I think I said in our group chat.
Wow.
I was like, the Giants' offense has such low T.
That was
the highlight of the night was Bart's line drive single. It was like, "Yay, Bart!"
A broken bat
MF
single.
says, "Stay for the game, Rye." Carlo P says, "Larry's story time is the best."
Yeah.
Oh my God! Oh my God! Clarence
you
Peaks wants to mute you. Oh, that ain't right. The guy's been through hell.
That's when you kind of go. You kind of think things through and go, "If I stay, I could really see something dramatic. If I leave, I get my stick. What do you call it?
No, you selfie stick. Did you get it back? You didn't get it back, did you?
Oh, I did.
You did get it back.
I've got it now.
Oh, you got it back. You didn't
get
it back.
What you had to do is say, "Do I sacrifice the stick for something possibly dramatic that I could video?"
It's only $20, but still.
Yeah, say I could have probably raised the $20 in the chat.
You know what the funny thing is also? Is
seriously, could have been ahead of the game.
That's true. I kept my stuff in the paper bags the entire time, and when I went back to the security, they said only one other person has ever come back here with all of their stuff still in the bag.
Oh my God! Oh, by the way, Randy with the C415 is giving his critique. He says the rats leave the ship. Oh, that ain't right. That ain't right. Val Ramos says, "Sup, fellas? Sup, Val? How you doing, bro?"
Man, I got to say, I was watching the whole game, and I kind of like, man, this is really boring. When Estrada hit that ball, I thought for a moment that, maybe he's flying around the bases and is going to go for it inside the Parker, because when it got away from Varsho. But it's kind of funny because it bounced and went off Varsho's arm and kind of moved over. Otherwise, it would have bounced further in front of him up onto the grass, and I don't know how far it would have went. But dang, what a way to win! 2 out of the last 3 games, walk-off home.
Oh, it's created some juice. Robert Rothberg, we're finally witnessing what a healthy Giants team can accomplish. Really, they scored 1 run. But Merrill Kelly.
I don't think we're not allowed to say anything bad for Rothberg until they lose, man. I mean, honestly, print the shirts. Print the Rothberg shirts.
5-0 since
Brian Lucena. I don't have hope, but I enjoyed the way the game ended tonight. I probably put myself in that category as well. But you know what? They're only 4.5 back. What do you think, Dan? 4.5 back. Padres are reeling. They've lost 2 in a row.
Yeah, I mean, 4.5 is
Milwaukee is in between.
Yeah, Milwaukee won in extras against the Dodgers tonight. I was watching that game, and the Dodgers went ahead 4-3 in the 10th, and then Brewers got 2. So it was kind of frustrating because I was hoping for, a sweep with the Brewers losing 4 in a row to the Dodgers. But I did pick that last night. I saw Woodruff was going. I kind of thought, well, that's probably a Dodgers loss. So
will the Padres collapse and the Brewers fall off and the Giants slide into that third wild card?
Anything's possible. Giants have a doubleheader to play in Milwaukee in September. So you look at the standings right now. The hard part when I look at this is you have to climb over two teams. And so you could have been a half game or a whole game closer to Milwaukee tonight.
Joshua says they still play the Brewers twice.
Yeah, they've got a double hitter in Milwaukee. And I think that's
Gotta sweep that thing.
Yeah. Oh, I've got the let's see. When do they play Milwaukee?
Is Rye out of the vehicle now?
Yeah, September 8th. So yeah, you're kind of breaking up because you're in that zone there where you don't get very good reception on your way to the...
Are you out of the vehicle?
Yeah, he's out.
I'm about to pop it back to you.
All right, yeah, just join us back in when you get.
Oh, there you are.
There you go.
So yeah, I mean, what a ball game! What a ball game! Junis had the slider going tonight. He looked phenomenal. What a pickup Jacob Junis has been for the Giants. 7 innings. Only gave up 4 hits, 1 earned run, walked nobody, struck out 7, 101 pitches, 72 strikes. He matched zeros for the most part almost all night with Merrill Kelly. He gave up the Christian Walker jack in the 4th, and that was it. Junis looking really, really good, and the slider was good tonight. He had the velo up on it. The bite was tremendous. Yeah. And then Alex Young pitched the 8th. Brebbia pitched the 9th, struck out a pair. What can you say? And the Giants came back against Ian Kennedy in the 9th inning. And if you missed it, Thairo Estrada with a 2-out triple off the arcade, basically off the right field wall, and then Crawford dead center went down and got it 406 feet dead straightaway center field for Crawford. Only his 6th home run of the year. And he hits a 2-run shot, and man, the Giants get, living right. They get the 2-1 win, and they can carry it into tomorrow's action. What are we looking at tomorrow? Is it Rodon tomorrow?
Yeah, Rodon tomorrow. And let me see what the actual matchup is for Arizona. Rodon.
Zach Davies against Rodon.
Yeah,
Giants are minus 220 favorites tomorrow.
Yeah, they should be. Yeah, I mean,
Dodgers will take on the Brewers. It's Eric Lauer against Gonsolin. Gonsolin's 14-1, so hopefully he can run that to 15-1 and slap the Brewers around. And then the Padres get the Marlins in an early start, 4:10 Pacific. Pablo Lopez against Mike Clevenger. Yeah, and the Padres are slight favorites
Lopez,
there.
Good. Lopez is tough. Yeah,
yeah.
Jimmy says he's. What a ball game, boys! On Bart heading home. He might have not heard you talk about your buddy.
Yeah, Jimmy. I told this since Rye left in the 9th. Didn't see the Giants hit in the bottom of the 9th. Jimmy, I don't know if you were with us back when we all went. Me, LeBron, a bunch of us went to Joe Kane. I went to Hideo Nomo's debut with Joe Kane. It was me, Bud, LeBron, Alex, a bunch of us. We all went down from Sac State to go to the game. We stayed for 15 innings, or we stayed for 16 innings. Joe stayed for 15 innings and went out and sat in the car because he was convinced we weren't going to drive him home, that we were going to leave without him. And so he missed the 3 runs in the top of the 16th and then the 4 runs the Giants scored in the bottom of the 16th. So I was comparing that to Rye tonight, who, basically went there and he saw the home run that Christian Walker hit, and that was it. He didn't see the Thairo Estrada triple. He didn't see the Crawford home run because he had to go pick up his selfie stick. And so
they wouldn't let him in the ball in through the gates with the big backpack and full of stuff. So he had to leave it. So he chose to go get the selfie stick instead of watching the incredible dramatic 2-run walk-off. Oh, look at he's LOL. Kane. We could do a whole show on
He goes, LOL, fucking Kane. We could do a whole show on Kane stories. Oh my God, we really could. We could. This is a guy who said to me, there was a place called Kip's Kebabs in Sac, right? And so we're sitting there on the couch in our old apartment, and he's like, "Hey, bro, do you want to go to Kip's Kebabs?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'll go to Kip's Kebabs." And then he's like, I'm like, I go, "You're driving." He's like, no, dude, I can't drive. Dude, I can't drive. I'm like, "What do you mean you can't drive? It's a block away." He's like, "I know, but my check engine light's on, dude. Otherwise, I would drive every time. My check engine light's on." And I said, "Really? So you can't drive a block and a half because your check engine light's on?" He's like, "Yeah." I go, What are you going to do? Where are you going to get that fixed?" He's like, "Dude, I'm driving to Stockton tomorrow to have it looked at." The guy was driving to Stockton to have his car looked at, but he couldn't drive us around the block for the night before for dinner because his check engine light was on. I'm like, "Dude, you're going to Stockton." Oh, it's just unbelievable. Yeah, I mean, he's unbelievable. This guy was so unbelievable. Mole knows. He just said simply LOL. MF also jumps in. Larry, get after co-eds at Sac State. Come on, man. You know it. All right. I think we all did. That was one of the reasons I went to Sac State. Are you kidding me? Why else would a guy from San Francisco choose Sac State over San Diego State, SF State, and San Jose State? I went to River City days, and when I was a senior in high school, which was like hey, come to Sac State. And I walked around campus, and I was like, oh, my God, there's just so many beautiful girls at this school. I'm coming to Sac State, baby. I made my decision that day. My dad's like, "Really? You're going to make your decision based on the girls at the school?" I'm like, Yep, I'm going to Sac State. And I'll tell you, if you went to Sac State, you know what I'm talking about. You want to know exactly what I'm talking about. Jimmy knows what I'm talking about. Jimmy says, CSUS, go Hornets. Bzz, bzz. There you go. I'll give you the buzz. If I have to.
But what a game, though, in the fact that they won. I mean, it was a boring game to really watch. There was no real action. But the fact that they played well
played well. I mean, they scored no runs at all.
What I meant defensively. Defensively, they played well. They pitched well. When you're facing Merrick Kelly, he's kind of like the Giants' kryptonite. They hadn't scored off him in over 15, 16 innings.
You know the interesting thing about this, Danny? And the interesting thing is, as the Giants get back in it, let's just say they're going to make a run here, right? If they just drift away, nobody's really going to say anything about the way they handled the trade deadline.
Right.
But if they make a run and fall short, it kind of highlights that Farhan, what the heck? I mean,
he didn't get any relievers. Why didn't he go get two relievers? We were saying it on the show.
It's like, if you didn't want to sell Rodon and Peterson, okay, that's fine. That's a judgment call. I would have done it, but I'm not going to fault you for not doing it. But you're essentially saying you're in it. And if you're in it, where was the relief help that your club so desperately needed? Where was Amir Garrett? He was there pitching for Kansas City. You couldn't get Amir Garrett from Kansas City. Now you're going for it. You didn't move Rodon. You didn't move Peterson. But you still are kind of thin in the pen. And unless they can find some young guys coming out of their system in late August and early September, I think they're going to limp to the finish line because of the bullpen and the lack of offense too. But I didn't mind the rough trade because I kind of like what I'm seeing out of J.D. Davis, and you got three arms to go with it. And he plays a more premier position. He's got a good arm. He's better. It seems like he's decent defensively. So I'll take J.D. Davis for rough and those arms. But I mean, they kind of sold off their year on the Rosenthal trade. It's like you signed Rosenthal to bolster your pen, and then you pawned him. You didn't add any relievers.
Yeah, that's what didn't make any sense, because if you got supposedly some decent prospect in Double-A for what do you go to, Milwaukee, I think? Yeah, I think they got their 19.
Wasn't it?
No, I think that was
Rosenthal.
I think Rosenthal went to Milwaukee.
You're probably right.
But yeah, it was a couple guys went to Seattle. Was
Joshua
Casale.
Shaw still got Rogers. He's our guy.
Yeah, and so
Jimmy said, did you see Ruff pitch 2 innings of no-run ball? Yeah, maybe Ruff was the reliever we needed. Calba Kamiga says Tristan Peters. Is that who they got for him?
yeah. And then they left out Boyd, too, that was supposed to help at the end of the year. Sick call.
Eddie
Commandos.
Flores. When you impersonated your friend Joe Kane, you sound like Matthew McConaughey. Oh, man. Joe Kane. Joe Kane was one of a kind.
That's the part. You make a great point, Larry. If they fall a couple games short, and it's like
if they just drift away from this point, people are just going to be like, wasn't their year. But if they get in it, if they get within 2 games, let's just say they make a little run here in the next couple days and close this ground, and suddenly they've got a month to play and they're a game back. You know what? People are going to question Farhan and his whole strategy at the deadline unless one factor happens. And that's unless there's some arm or collection of arms that they can pull out of their minor league system that can help bolster their pen in September. And I was told that Cole Waits is one of those guys, and that RJ Dabovich is one of those guys. MF, is Ryan a true fan? Oh, now we got Rye back at his house.
That hurts.
So you went 9, but you didn't go bottom 9. So you left
8.5 innings.
8 1/3. 8.
I might just have to symbolically burn that selfie stick.
Yeah, man.
Wow.
If it was me, man, you know me, I would have come on and say, hey, I had to make a decision whether I stay or I go back and get my $20 selfie stick. I would have said, everybody in the chat, everybody can pitch in. 20 people pitch in $1. Pay. I'll go get a new one.
Oh, look at this one. Randy Sell 415. He says, I always looked at Ryan as a diehard. Wrong. Oh, look at that.
Painful.
Randy with his fishing hat is being critical. Rebel 444. He's still wishing on Elliot Ramos that he'd get a chance. Me too. Come on. Where's Ramos? Give me some Ramos.
Yeah, Slater, he's just not hitting at all. I mean, right now. And I think it's his they said he had some kind of wrist injury that was bothering him. Dang. So Jimmy Millay says, ashamed of you, Ryan. He hung it out. He hung there till the end. We need to have
this is the way baseball does it to you, though. The Giants have done this a few times this year where it's like, are you kidding me? They're not going to score if this game went 18 innings. They give you that vibe. Oh, here we go. Jimmy Millay has donated. He's like, Jimmy says, don't ever, here's 1999 to the Krueg show. Don't ever leave early again.
There's your selfie stick.
Seriously.
Hey, you know what? We should have Jimmy. Jimmy's listening, and he's on Bart on his way home. Maybe we should put the phone number for Jimmy to call in and share what that moment was like being at the yard.
Give us Joe Kane stories.
Yeah, will
Jimmy with call Kane, in? So I can Jim and Mole, you're invited to call in, bro. I just heard our buddy JY moved to Dallas for his job with Southwest Airlines. Talked to him today. But yeah, do we have a number for Jimmy to call into?
Yes. Also, how do I sound / look? Because I don't know why, but it might.
Well, you sound great. You look horrible.
You sound fine. I mean, you're right now. Okay. If we could make you radio only, we would. I mean, you're just horrid.
What the hell? Okay, I might have to go.
You're looking fine. You're looking fine.
You're looking good, man. You got the white T-shirt on or the Giants jersey?
I mean, look at it this way. You could have horned rim glasses.
Okay, at least you you got that on. Okay, at least you got that. At least it wasn't like a Dodgers shirt or something.
Okay.
Gonna be something. This guy comes on, he forgets to change.
My true colors. Okay, you know what, guys? Can you give me 1 sec? I'm gonna go.
Says I want to call in one night. Go ahead. What were you saying, Ryan?
I'm gonna go plug in. I have to go do something real quick to make sure that I'm plugged in via Ethernet because this is unacceptable. I'm looking really shaky.
I'll put the number up for Jimmy. I'll find it. I've got it.
Gene Kirsten says Ryan's from Lafayette and he can't afford another selfie stick. Oh, look at that. Now we're judging a man's wealth. Lou Marston says, Ryan, we've all done it, but Tuesday nights have been special over the last 2 years. They did. They had the orange creamsicles on tonight. You know they don't lose in those things. Here's the thing about the Giants. Here's the thing about the Giants. They get so blown away. Oh, here we go. Here's the number.
All right, there it is.
I won't be able to answer it until I'm back, though. So
All right.
Oh,
hold
okay.
on.
And it rings only
Hold on.
Okay. Hold on a little bit.
Rise our
Jimmy.
operator.
Yeah, he's operator. He's looks like he's man.
Brian says, "Is the picture blurry for anyone else?" I think it might be Brian's thing because I'm coming through loud and clear right now. I think Danny's pretty clear.
Yeah, pretty clear.
Everybody's pretty clear on our end.
I can see Ryan's mess behind him there. Yeah, it looks like he needs to do a little cleanup. Yeah, I got my guitar. Not my guitar. My guitar. My wife's guitar.
Do you play the guitar?
No, my wife does.
Classical or acoustical or
Acoustical.
Acoustical.
Yeah.
Does she strum or is she more pick? Because I used to play classical guitar. I used to actually.
Really?
Yes, I did. I went to an Andre Segovia concert as a kid and said, "Man, that guy's pretty pimping. Maybe I'll play classical guitar."
She strums. It's just more of a hobby, kind of a fun thing. She likes to just kind of sing and stuff like that.
Look at Hutch. Dan needs chicken ass for dinner. I don't think he plays the guitar.
You got that right. I do not do anything musical.
Our chats are getting more and more judgmental as time goes on. Have you noticed that?
People are coming with some heaters, aren't they? They're just throwing some four-seamers at us.
DJ Over the Top says his computer screen is dirty. That's why it's blurry. Here we go. Dusty says Dusty Gold. Dan's more of a drummer.
Yeah, that's right. I'm a drummer with no rhythm.
Anonymous Larry, do you like Otmar Liebert? I don't know.
Look at Robert Rothberg. He says the Giants will not be deprived of making the playoffs. Hey, I'm a believer with Robert, man. 71.5. Got to get that half in there.
Lou Marston says when the Giants come back from the road trip, the Padres series will be huge. Yeah. Let's take a look at that. When is that?
It's 28th, 29th, and 30th, or 29th, 30th, and 33rd.
So it's a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday night, huh? Yeah. Monday night, Tuesday night, Wednesday day, something like that.
We got tickets for Tuesday night's game. If we should go.
Look at 40. Ryan's maid must have COVID. It's a little messy in the background. It's a little messy.
Yeah. What I love about Robert Rothberg, man, he's so passionate and he's so optimistic. And
that's Farhan's burner account.
Yeah. The great thing about Robert is, like I'm 60 years old for 3 more days. I'm not saying I'm 60, almost 61. All right. Once you get older, you're just like, hey, I'm almost 61. But Robert's like 71. I'm 71 and a half. That's what you look. I'm 9 and a half. I'm almost 10.
What age do you stop celebrating half birthdays?
Oh, probably
the same year you stop wearing jerseys, probably
13.
Patrick Sheehan says, how clutch has Tyro Estrada been? Another big 9th inning knock. My 13-year-old walked in the room. He's like, Dad, Estrada is wet.
He's wet.
And we kind of fist bumped, and I kind of, gave him the whole, high five. Suddenly it was, where it's like a pre-Warrior game, and we're at the shot clock, we're dapping each other up.
Can he? Do you wrestle with him at all? Can he take you down?
He's 13, Dan. If I get taken down by a 13-year-old, just find a gun and shoot me.
Well, once he starts getting about
now, 16, my 16-year-old I could still throw around, but my 20-year-old,
yeah,
I could probably take him too. Actually, to be honest,
Dad's
just wait till your 13-year-old.
I get old man strength.
13-year-old is 20, and you're like almost 60.
I'd actually be afraid to wrestle them and beat them because my wife would then come in and be like, "You're a bully. You're terrible." You're gonna muscle your kids. She would turn on me. My wife for sure would defend the kids. For sure. Anonymous. Check him out, Larry. One of the best flamenco guitar players in the world. All right, I will. Look at that.
Jay Hutch. I mean, not Jay Hutch, but I mean, I saw some comments. Jim Millay, if you're still on Bart or have the ability to call in, the number is.
Hutch says Padres chalking like it's 2010. I think he means choking, but you know what? We'll take it.
He corrected it later, choking. I'm looking for that number from that you posted, Ryan. What is it?
Are the Padres going to gack this away, man? Are the Padres going to choke? And can the Giants get in there?
That would be so awesome.
How dangerous would the Giants be? A team that hasn't been thinking. The Giants have nobody's been thinking about the playoffs except for Rothberg for about a month.
Playoffs.
If they get in, I mean, I got to think that they would be somewhat dangerous just because, I don't know, just because they don't belong.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, it's always those teams that like get hot late.
Yeah, I mean, if they can, what do they have? They're 2 games over 500
Russell,
now, right?
Estrada's Liddy. Oh, there we go.
I
Russell.
know. Are we thinking? I said Estrada MVP second half. Are we thinking?
It's up there. Up
Mike,
there.
Willie Mack, man. He's making a run for the Willie Mack.
He is
almost 400 since getting hit by a bat by Rodon.
Yeah.
Maybe that was where the season turned when Rodon kicked the bat that hit Estrada. That maybe it woke up this team.
Giants are now 59 and 57. They have 46 games to go.
DJ over the top. That last comment deserves a sausage commercial. All right. Yeah. You ask, you shall receive.
We grew up with a Sunday dinner.
There you go. We'll have more of that coming up in a bit. But yeah, what a game for the Giants. What a game. Seriously. So
Hey, they got 47
Kelch
games.
Chronicles back in the house. He's
Let's
like,
go,
playoffs. You play to win the game.
I mean, it's they have Rodon and Webb going the last 2 games of the series. Like,
29 games or 47 games left. 88 might get you in because of the extra wild card. That's 29 and 18 record. That's only 11 over 500 the rest of the year. That is doable.
How many wins would that wind up with?
88. 88-74 that would put him at. That would be.
If you told me that this Giant team even had the possibility of getting close to the over-under, I would have said no way. They were just so disappointing out of the break.
Now they still got
shows. This is so Giants baseball. They make you like get to that point where you're going to quit on them, where you're going to leave early, where you're like, they're dead as hell. Let's get the hell out of here. And then boom, boom, boom. You know, all of a sudden they surprise you. And
I mean, this would
be so
stretch.
Giants to make the playoffs.
This is the stretch because right now they've got 2 more at Arizona, then 3 in Colorado, 2 in Detroit, 3 in Minnesota. So that's 2, 5, 7, 10 games left. And then they face San Diego for 3. And
Jeffrey Gomez says you guys were calling for heads just a week ago. We were. We got.
But if you watch the show, I mean, we've been saying like it's kind of tired to like be ripping on, you know, Farhan, all this stuff. Like we've kind of said our piece on it. The roster's not going to change. There's no more trade deadline. It's just, you know, at some point you just have to start drinking the Kool-Aid because it's fun, man. That's part of being, you know, invested in sports. It's like they're getting on a little run here.
No question. Brandon Millard says, Larry, be honest. Am I ever not honest, by the way? You thought the Giants would lose 3-1 with a garbage run in the 9th. Absolutely. I'm not going to sit here and say, I knew, are you kidding me? I knew Estrada was hitting that triple. I knew Krueg was going out dead center. I had total belief. I fell asleep for 45 minutes in the middle of this game.
Anybody out there, unless your name's Robert Rothberg, everybody pretty much thought the Giants were pretty much done. And
Hutch,
you know what?
Hutch says torture. Yeah, that's
still not
Giants
gonna
right
be
there.
easy.
It's a torture. It's a torturous thing that makes you. If you're a Giants fan, it's like they drive you to question whether they're they're just dead, and they make you quit on them. They make you say, you know what, they're done. They're absolutely done. And then when everybody's off the ship, they're like, all right, fellas, I think everybody is quit on us. I guess we probably should get it going.
Well, one of the things I think may have happened emotionally, internally, is when
this is Dr. Melfi over here.
Yeah, when the trade deadline ended, it was like Rodon said, well, hell, I'm here. Let's just go out and play and win. Because
Robert Rothberg says, Danny, he never lost faith. I lose faith.
No, I lost faith. Where is faith? Faith's right there. I didn't lose faith either. See?
Faith. Here we go, girl.
Yeah, I didn't lose faith either, Robert.
Faith looks kind of gone there, there.
I did in the Giants. In the sense, and let's be honest, the odds are still against them. I mean,
yeah, Brandon Millard. This would be my question: where is their offense going to come from? The Giants are dangerous. If you got a low scoring game in the late innings, the Giants at home are dangerous.
Wait, I think we have someone on the line.
Is it Jimmy?
Jimmy?
I don't know. I didn't hear anything ring.
Oh, you guys can't hear that?
No.
I don't know what's been going on with that. Okay, give me a sec, Jimmy. Give me 1 sec. I'll try and fix it.
I was going to say, as far as with the Giants, with their up and down schedule, not hitting, the fact is that they've got good starting pitching. So good starting pitching, and I've noticed Cap is letting, because of the bullpen is shot, guys are going 7.
He's being
8.
forced to show confidence.
Yeah, he's being forced to push their best pitchers. Like last night, he got Cobb through 6. Cobb looked like he was in. Wood the other day went 6. So you had Wood go 6, Cobb go 6, Junis goes 7, and prior to that, Webb went 8. So this is the way they're going to be able to make a run, is if their starting pitchers can all go 6 or 7 minimum. Because
Callie Hatch says he was at the game.
Awesome. So,
Carlo P says, I have nightmares of Dan with that fork.
Hey,
you
look
were
at
very
this.
violent that one night.
I'm wondering if they're going to keep going. Another guy that could give a spark. I was expecting to see him in the lineup tonight just because Merrill Kelly was going, but they didn't go with La Stella. I thought he might DH tonight just because. So if you're not going to have La Stella do anything, even against a righty, just DFA him and bring up Isan Diaz. Diaz is cranking out homers at Sacramento. He's up to
Seriously,
23.
what did that guy do to get on somebody's bad side? My God, put him on the roster.
Yeah, just put him on the roster.
Anonymous says the Giants are pretty much done in spite of barely winning 5 games against 2 terrible teams. Anonymous. Let's not inject reason into this. MF says Jim Molay doing the Krueg Show Fantasy League. We're gonna have to find out.
I don't know what's going on. I had the same problem with MF for some reason. I hear Jim fully on the other line, but it's not coming through to you guys.
Maybe it's a selfie stick.
Yeah.
MF says eyes on Diaz.
Yeah.
Crap.
Rod Dunham says the Rivercats are last in the PCL West. They expanded the 40-man roster, or the expanded 40-man roster was eliminated. So currently the active roster will only go from 26 to 28 after August 31st. What 2 players could make a difference? Probably a reliever, get a reliever, maybe 2.
Yeah, 1, 2 relievers and DFA La Stella and put in, bring up Diaz. Diaz can play second. He could fill in at short if you have to. No more of these Desmond Mendozas
Dixon Machado.
Yeah.
Anonymous is Jimmy G. Jimmy G, what? What about Jimmy G? Jimmy G. Was Jimmy G traded in the last 15 minutes that we didn't notice?
Is that an attempt at humor, Jimmy G, to come up on the roster? Come on. So Rye's still working it out. Gosh,
I do have something else here. This is okay. Jim dropped off. I don't know. I might not be able to get it to work tonight, but I can get this to work. All right, we're live. Okay. All right.
Hey, get us too, man.
Oh, hell yeah.
Me too, man.
All right, you're gonna be on the Krueg show tonight.
Yeah, we on the show tonight, man.
Say, like, if I give you a Larry, can you give me a Krueger? All right.
Yeah.
Larry.
Krueger.
Larry.
Krueger.
Hell yeah. All right. I gave it my best shot.
Oh, that's funny.
Oh yeah. They're like, who the hell's Larry?
That guy, the second I got him on camera, he just followed me, and then I turned it on and he started talking about how the mafia controls all of the professional sports, and it got weird.
Lou Marson says the Giants need to beat teams with losing records, period. Yeah, I mean, seriously, if you want any chance, you got to beat up on these. I mean, let's be honest. Arizona, the way the Giants have struggled against Arizona, in a lot of ways, is defined this season. If Arizona was on paper, they thought they were going to beat Arizona up quite a bit this year, but Arizona has found a way to win those head-to-head ball games.
Hey, maybe we
So,
should.
it's been a huge
Jimmy was
thorn
trying
to
to
them.
call in and share. Maybe you can't do that. Maybe you could post the link for Jimmy to go into the green room, and we could get Fidel. Is that the one that's Fidel? The Fidel Castro look-alike there?
Yes.
Yeah, we'll have we're all over the world. We're in Cuba. We're in
Rebel
US.
4444 says Dabovich, Ramos, and Isan, and then DFA La Stella.
Yeah, Dabovich is not on the roster. Neither is Isan. So you'd have to DFA two guys at that point. Right now, you got Gregory Santos, who's on the roster, the 40-man roster. So you wouldn't have to do anything there. Let's take a look at the other pitchers.
Jay Stamps asked if the guy was drinking a Rolling Rock. He did have a green bottle. Maybe it was a Heine. Lou Marson says, huge crowd tonight of 12,500, but very loud at the end. Was it really small? Brandon Millard donates $4.99. Thank you, Brandon. Appreciate you, brother. Just no comment, just a straight donation.
Nice. Let's see who else is on the 40 that could come up. You got Santos, I mentioned, Randy Rodriguez, who they pulled up just recently from Double-A. He's a 22-year-old guy that's got some smoke. So there's two guys that are on the 40 that have relatively fresher arms. Mauricio Rivera, we've seen him.
He's hurt, right?
Is he hurt or?
Yeah, I thought he was hurt.
Oh, you know who else is going to come up? He's on a rehab right now. Zach Littell. Probably you'll see Zach Littell here, I would imagine, by this weekend. Just because
Celts Chronicles, do the Krueg show, or does the Krueg shirts get shipped by Wish? By Wish? Who's Wish?
So
there is going to be, we are setting this up that you'll be able to order the Krueg show t-shirts straight from the show. And if you don't, let's say you don't live around the Bay Area, or you don't get over to Dublin and you want to order a shirt to promote the show, we did find a company that will make these shirts and do everything. Take your order, send it to you, the whole deal. Ryan Fitzgerald has become a YouTube member. Look at that, Ryan Fitzgerald.
Right. Yeah.
Welcome aboard, Ryan. Hey, by the way, everybody, you want to be a YouTube or a Krueg show member?
There he is.
Jimmy! Yes!
He's destroying the
Jacket.
There he is.
How do you have better connection than me on Bart?
Jimmy, you on Bart right now?
I'm still rolling on, but look at everybody.
Look at that. Look at that. He's not even being attacked.
Wow,
Everybody,
Jimmy, you need to go talk to everybody and get interviews.
It's for the Krueg show. Everybody's for the Krueg show. So
Let's go.
Krueg show.
Hey!
Nice. What's up, Jimmy? Good to see you. I was telling Joe Kane stories because Rye, I don't know if you were at the game where Joe Kane went with us, and it was Hideo Nomo's debut, and we all went 16 innings, and Joe went and sat on top of the car after the 15th. It was beautiful.
Yeah, just so many, dude. When you guys first moved into that house, the whole lamp, Joe, you're gonna break that lamp, dude. You better put that lamp. Yeah, you're right, dude. I better put it down.
I can think of so many things. It's like he was irate because our buddy Jason got beat up at a bar, and so he's like, yeah, what are we gonna do about it? What are we gonna do about it? And then it's like, come on, bro, you're not gonna do anything. Let's be honest.
So tell us, Jimmy, what'd you think of it? You were obviously there at the end of the bottom of the ninth. Tell us what it was like. What you were feeling.
Give me all the FOMO.
Well, come on, obviously, we're talking. Obviously, they waited till the ninth inning, 2 outs, right? Bottom of the ninth, 2 outs. Yeah, it was a frustrating game. I think Lewis in chat said it was a frustrating game. But come on, dude. To finish it off with a triple. In fact, I think what was it? Yaz? Was it Yaz? Like, didn't he get maybe go 388? Right?
Yes.
To the track.
So,
that's the last play I saw.
And I gotta say, I get this gut instinct. You felt it. I knew the whole damn time they were gonna win this game, or at least tie it up. I wasn't gonna stay for extras. Right now, I will give you that credit. If they go extras, I'm going home, dude. But I didn't feel like, no, this is not going extras. I didn't think it would be bottom of the ninth, 2 outs. Tyro gets, I think about a foot above that dude's glove, right? A foot above that guy's glove, hits the wall. I thought I was round.
Yeah.
Let's go inside. But then, of course, B Cross, he was 0 for 3, man. Blasted it. All he wanted was a base hit. I just wanted to tie it. And this is what I'm talking about, man. Yeah, sure. Look, I'm not still jumping on the bandwagon. I still don't think they're going to make the playoffs. If they do, great. Robert in the East Bay, in the East Coast, if they do it, brother, I'll pay you $100. The Giants make the playoff. I'm giving Robert $100 via Venmo.
Yeah, for his by that time he still won't be quite 72, but it was 71 and 3/4. So we
This is what I'm talking about, dude. Tuesday night, I'm going home happy on Bart. I'm fired up because it's good baseball, man. That's all I want is some good baseball.
Exactly.
Right?
Exactly. Just be in it, be exciting. Here's the thing though. Can they make a run? They don't hit very much. Their bullpen didn't get any help at the deadline. What do you think? Can they find somebody out of their system? Can they cobble something together? Do they have a run in them, Jimmy? What do you think?
Yeah, they do have a run in them, right? They do have a run because they're healthy and they're playing. And meanwhile, you got the pot. Dude, I'm scoreboard watching tonight too. I'm seeing top of the 10th. The Dodgers are up 4-3. Yeah, and it goes to the bottom of the 10th, and that score did not change for a while. But dude, something's happening in Milwaukee. Didn't check my phone. Old school scoreboard. Next thing you know, 5-4 Brewers.
Yeah, I watched it live on MLB.
Yeah, so sure they got a run in them. I'm still not. Look, the way I think of it, what happened last year, they set expectations so high that I was really pissed off and disappointed in the first half, right? Second half, I do a reset. Expectations.
Yes.
I got no expectations. So if they don't make it, big deal. Good time. But if they do make it, I wasn't expecting it, so even better.
I'm exactly where you're at. That's when I finally stopped it's like I finally just accepted, okay, 107 got us so. How could you not be just so excited going into this year after last year and Joey Bart and oh god, and it just got off to such a shitty start, man.
Right?
Jimmy, where's your stop, bro? Where'd you just get up? Where are you off to? You're in Oakland?
I'm in the Bay Fair station. I'm living in Castro Valley right now.
Nice.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
So how long did it take you door to door, you think, to get there? To get home?
Well, let's see. Got out of the game. What was that? 9:35 or so. Jumped on Muni. Went to Muni and Barcadero Station. We're talking about an hour. Right? Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
Not bad.
Cheap way to go too. It's only
Jimmy's a season ticket holder.
$10. Doing the whole thing round trip, $10 transpo.
What is that? I could probably. I don't want to screw up the feed right now and look at the Clipper Card app, but.
Look at Danny. Danny's going to cause Jimmy to get mugged. I was looking down at my car, my card. Well, hey, Jimmy, so how many games a week do you go to? I know you got season tickets, but do you go every day? You go how many days a week you going?
No way. It depends. Honestly, last couple of weeks, barely at all.
Right.
Went to the weekend game, went to a couple of the Pirates games. I told you my girlfriend's a big Don Kelly fan, so random as that
I'm
is.
sorry I couldn't hook you up with the Pirates third base coach.
Dude, Yeah, don't worry about it.
Dude, it is a
Seriously, she goes
warm
down
night in
there.
the creek tonight, man. It is hot.
Oh,
it's hot,
it's
man. It's like
lovely.
looking at you and Rye, with jackets on and everything. I'm like, wow, man. I'm sitting here sweating in the creek.
Oh, I'm
So
fully
there,
sweating
I am,
again.
I'm actually in the market for a house in Walnut Creek, brother. So maybe
Are
this
you?
will be updated. I am, dude. I
Yeah,
am.
dude, you'll love it out
You have
there.
a realtor?
Why, Danny,
I
are you a
don't
realtor,
yet, man,
Danny?
No, Sean
actually.
Proctor's a realtor.
That's
Oh, yeah,
true.
that's right.
SP.
Sean Proctor is a realtor. And he's,
SP.
that's right. You may
Just
want to
look
call
it up,
him
brother.
up. Sean
You do that.
Proctor. He says Sean Proctor's right there in the chat. By the way, MF donates $4.99. He says, see Tim Ryan's hair last week, absolute stud. He did have it in the man bun.
Attaboy,
Did you see that in the Niner
Larry,
game?
I think at
Yeah, I saw
one of
that.
these streams, I was like, Larry, what would you say realistically over under years until Tim Ryan just says screw it and puts it in the man bun, just does it, and then he just immediately does it, like right at the beginning of the season.
Dude, I saw him
Man,
at
he
practice
is-
the other day. He's got some long hair going, but you know what? He's a big man still. He's probably about 270 walking around.
Oh, he looks
Sean,
cool
put
as
your
shit.
contact info in the chat there. We'll Jimmy can pick it up from there.
I don't, maybe not his full contact info in the public
No,
chat.
no,
Dan.
his website.
Oh yeah.
Or Sean can give it to me, and I can get it to Jimmy. But Jimmy, yeah, I would recommend Walnut Creek highly. Great place to live. Great
Little
weather.
warmer.
It's
Yeah,
too
well-
it's too warm. I'll say that it's too
Yeah.
warm. But you know what? It cools down. Like at 10 o'clock tonight, it's supposed to be in the high 60s, and then like the nights are beautiful. You know, it's no
yeah.
matter how
Well,
hot it is in the day.
Come on, brother.
I
We
might
got,
be looking for a
we
place
got-
up there too.
We got Sacramento
Hey.
experience.
That's
You
right.
know
We
what?
went to
Once-
Sac State, and LeBron, by the way, is supposedly coming to town this weekend.
Oh, are you kidding me?
He might be in town right now. In fact, I might have to text him right now.
All right, this is
you
what
know
I'm
what?
thinking.
I
This is
will.
what-
I will text him.
This is what I'm thinking. Okay, we've got Jim moving to Walnut Creek, Larry living in Walnut Creek, Dan considering living in Walnut Creek, and then
Walnut Creek,
hey, if the
Danville.
Krug show really gets going, I might be looking for an apartment in Walnut Creek, and who knows? Between the three of you, I don't want to say this out loud, but there is a possibility one of you maybe ends up single and is all of a sudden looking for a young roommate to live with in Walnut Creek.
Wait a minute. You think
LeBron
one of us
moves here.
three could end single? Is that what you're saying? What kind of curse are you throwing down, Ryan?
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to.
Dude,
No, I actually, one of my best friends, his dad is just living with, they just got divorced. Now his dad is living with his lifelong buddy in Newport Beach. And I'm like, okay, some may call that sad. I think that's sick. Like, just all of a sudden just having a roommate again. Like,
Jimmy, starting the car. Look at that. Look at
Eddie,
this on the Krueg
Eddie
show.
Flores says, "Is it warmer on the coast, Larry, or warmer inland?" Yeah, it's a little warmer on the inland. It's cooler on the coast. Fog on the coast, a little cooler, a little warmer inland. It's kind of an
Ooh.
ongoing joke.
Kyle McKiernan, I buy, fix, and sell houses. I'll help any way I can. We may just assemble a little dream team transaction on the Krueg show.
Jimmy, are you playing fantasy football at all?
Can you hear me right now?
Yeah, we
Yes.
got you.
Yeah.
All right, nice. All right, nice transition to the vehicle audio. I like it.
Yeah.
Have you paired? Are you paired?
I'm repaired. Yeah, looks like.
Look at that. What is that? Is that a
you know
Lambo?
what?
Is that a Lamborghini?
Oh shit, no, dude. That's a I got kids, brother.
I know. Beautiful, beautiful family you got there, Jimmy. Seriously, I've seen some of the pictures of the girls, and seriously, you look like I bet you anything you're a good dad. You're not one of these
appreciate you,
deadbeat
brother.
dads.
I appreciate you. Yeah, because I'm not with their mom currently, so.
So that's all right. It's called life, man. Life
You knew
moves.
that
Life.
when I said girlfriend. I assume I'm not just admitting.
Life
to my
happens,
cheating
bro.
ways over the Krueg show. Yeah. So yeah,
Oh,
but,
that's fine.
Spills the
That's a
beans.
good- that's a
spills
great
the
call
beans
out.
over on the Krueg show.
Ryan, straighten up your room before pitching yourself as a roommate. Yeah, this room is a freaking disaster right now. I've got
watching
Amazon.
the
I'm
Krueg show.
ordering all this new equipment and returning stuff and just ripping open boxes and just putting electronics together. It's yeah.
So Jimmy, now you're driving. I feel like we've come full circle. A couple days ago, you were joining the chat. Ryan and I were driving back from practice.
Wow, this
And
is
now we're
inception.
watching you drive.
We got to get some donations for
Maybe I'll just
for
go
gas
sit in
money.
the maybe I'll just go sit in the car and sit in my truck in the garage and just do the show from there.
Wait, guys, what do you think about this? So MF says Krueg Show Fantasy League coming to life, and then Sean Proctor says let's rent a warehouse in the creek and have a Fantasy Factory style Krueg Show spot. Oh, I read that wrong. I read that as like, oh, he wanted a spot for us to do a fantasy football draft, but that also sounds freaking awesome. I would love to have a warehouse.
What's he suggesting?
I think it's almost like if we rented like some sort of place where just like our various Krueg Show world characters would just come and we'd probably film stuff and interact and get into shenanigans. Essentially, it'd be like creating Barstool Sports amongst our young
that would
Barstool
be
Sports.
the super star member club at $12.99 a month.
That'll be $299,000 a month.
We could get together on. We're going to get together on the 28th, I believe, Sunday the 28th for the draft. And I did see Rye put out the draft thing. He sent it to me on Yahoo, so I will join. I think we have Rye's in, Dan's in, I'm in. I think MF says he wants to be in. Sean wants to be in.
Sean's
Brian
in.
Lucena donates $5.09. Here's a gallon of gas for the mobile Krueg show. Thank you, Brian.
That's so accurate. 509.
MF says he'd like to make an appearance for the fantasy draft. You know, I'm thinking maybe we hit some kind of East Bay, place with good Wi-Fi and just have a fantasy draft, a little in-person Sunday nighter.
You know what?
Might be able to
do
get
that.
it at the yogurt shack. We might be able to get it.
Are there
open.
seats?
Oh wow, they probably have
there's
some good
seats.
AC in that yogurt shack.
There's one in.
If not, my man Jeet owns Mountain Mike's. He'll do us up.
Oh, pizza,
dude,
baby!
Mike's
That's
sweet.
pizza and an NFL
Oh, I love
draft.
me. Oh, Mountain Mike's lets anything goes at Mountain Mike's. I'll
Mountain
tell you
Mike's,
what.
yeah.
What
I've
was
got the
Mountain
connect.
Mike's Deal by Sax Day? Remember that? We would go there.
Yeah.
And just
Oh yeah. Oh
rob
hell yeah.
For hours.
Right by 7-Eleven there on by Rivercrest
Dude,
Apartments across from
yeah.
Riverwood.
I'm gonna have to change my flight. I got an early morning flight on Monday morning because the Sunday afternoons were like $200-300 more. For the flight on Sunday than Monday morning.
Really? You're
Yeah,
coming
I
up
was-
for the golf tournament, right? We're coming up.
I've got my flight was only like $79 one way, each way I think. So, but it was like that was Monday morning. It was like 300 and something for to go.
You know
Sunday
what
afternoon.
okay, guys, you know what we could do is if we did do something live and we got like, maybe even like 6 or 7 people to show up in person, we could set up a TV. I could connect it to my computer and I could just set up like we could essentially set up through StreamYard. We could invite the rest of the people and then we'd kind of see them and then we could set up like the webcam super wide or something like that.
Okay.
Maybe, I'm not
I
sure.
like that.
There's
And
something
he
like
wants
that.
to make an appearance. We've got Vicky here.
Vicky. Oh, we're
Vicky
hitting at the
says,
same time.
Larry, I would like to be in the fantasy league. Vicky, you're in. Vicky donates $9.99.
Okay, Vicky is in, but also we got to be a little careful because we only have a few more spots, and we do want to do the randomized. I think we have 4 spots left
For the member. How many members? Is Vicky already a member?
Vicky's a member. Oh yeah, Vicky's a
I thought she
member.
was. I think she's.
Brian Lucena says, "What golf tournament? We're playing in the." Here we go. Wait a second.
We grew up with the Sunday dinner.
The Sunday dinner golf tournament, the New York style Italian sausage tournament. We're playing on Monday.
Right. You know what you needed to do for the show tonight?
Monday the
Walk in.
29th.
right.
Monday the 29th, we should say.
You need to go back. Maybe you should go tomorrow night and stay for the whole game.
Rye's very blurry suddenly.
Yeah, why am I blurry? What is going? Oh, there we go.
There you go.
There you go.
I think
There you go.
Rye. I think did you use the concession?
Yes, I did. And you know what? I was like, oh, I mean, okay, 20%. That's not that much. But you know what it allowed me to do? I went over to, have you ever been to section 209 on
Crab
your level?
sandwiches over there?
No,
Yeah.
they do have like a taqueria. And they had nachos. And because I had the 20% off Dan Coccimilgio discount for being a season ticket holder, I decided to upgrade from the $16 nachos to the $21 nachos that were a little bit
$21 nachos
that were a little bit more, and you could tell they gave them a little more love, and it was in a Giants helmet.
Do they give you a $10 bill in there?
No,
My God,
no.
$21 nachos?
But then the 20% knocked it off, so I rationalized it.
Who wants $21 nachos? That's like the $36 crab sandwich. You know, there better be freaking gold bullion in that bitch. I mean, unbelievable. Now,
Where's your seats, Jimmy? Where's your seats?
Yeah,
at?
Jimmy, where do you sit? You third base side, first base side? Where you at?
I am right above. I'm 318, so I'm under the top level, but I'm right on the front row. So front row 318, which is right above third base line, but right behind home plate. To the left.
Be careful up there, Jimmy. I don't want to see you leaning over the rails for a foul ball.
Oh, dude, that's the thing, dude.
I don't want to see you.
When I almost
It's all fun and games till you fall off the upper deck. You know what I mean?
Oh my God!
You don't want to fall off the upper deck.
No.
Jimmy, do you bring the girls? Are they baseball fans? You bring your girlfriend, your old lady? What do you do? What do you normally go? You go solo? You meet a buddy?
Hold on, brother. I think I'm losing you. Pulling up.
All right.
Oh, wait, Larry. You know how you said old lady? You know, my old lady. I was talking with my friend, and because just jokingly, I say like that about my girlfriend, my old lady. I was like, or the old ball and chain,
Right.
but then also I say like the old man. Like I'm like, yeah, I got to get home for the old man. I say that about my dad, and then my friend has been at least recently been saying my old mom, and it just sounds not right. Like it just sounds like he's describing his mother as old. It does not work as a turn of phrase. He's just like my old mother, my old mother, my old mom.
Jimmy's made it home.
All right, I'm home. Yeah.
Wow.
I was saying, who do you normally do? You go with your girls? You go with your girlfriend? You go with people from work? Or how do you usually roll at these games?
So here's the thing. Here's the thing you got to do for a successful relationship. Find a girl who loves baseball. I mean, come on, dude. My girlfriend hung out at Pirates batting practice to see fucking Don Kelly.
Wow.
That's a keeper. That's a keeper.
Well, you definitely you got it. Yeah. You're right.
I can think of former Mole girlfriends that wouldn't have gone.
No. Usually it's her and I. We have 4 tickets, so we'll bring friends. Krueg, we were supposed to go this season, brother.
I know, man. I've just been so pouring myself into these post games that I feel like I should be here for these post games.
Dude, this is
we gotta
awesome
do one
shit,
live
bro.
at the yard.
Seriously, I told you 100
seriously.
times, man. Super fucking stoked for this. I'm proud of you, man. This is awesome.
Oh, dude, I'm having so much fun, dude. I'm having so much fun. Danny's fun. Rye's fun. We're doing lots of cool stuff. We're going to be doing some incredible Niners stuff coming up here in the next few weeks.
Shocking
stuff, Jimmy, that's going to blow your mind. Like, what? How did these guys get this guy on? How did this happen? There's going to be people in like 3-4 weeks from now going, what? What am I watching? Yeah,
Ryan is not nearly qualified enough to be asking these questions.
Yeah,
why, if you're not a member yet, get on that fucking First Base Crew Show membership.
Exactly. People need to get on the membership. Thanks for throwing that out because it's true. We are going to have some exclusive 49er content when they come back from Minnesota that will blow your mind. I'll just leave it at that.
Now, is the reason why is it first base because is there some planning ahead? Is there going to be a second base level, a third base level? Or are we?
I'm not privy to the base levels.
Okay.
Right now, we're just it's kind of like Joe Kane on a date. The first base only. You know what I mean? It's there'll be no second or third.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I hope Kane never watches this replay.
Is he still alive? I haven't seen him in years.
I just thought of
this guy in years.
Okay, I just thought of a segment idea. We get Jimmy on, and then we use my Google Voice thing and we'll star 67, and we prank call your guys' old friends.
I should. You know what I should do is I should send an invite right now to LeBron's cell phone, and get LeBron in here.
Dude,
so I know LeBron's email. That's the only question.
I got his text number, but he's in Hawaii, so it's.
He's in Hawaii, but I think he's coming. I thought he sent me a thing the other day, said he's coming to town next week, and I think that should be right about now.
Well, also he should be able to get on the line here. It's only 8:00 there.
Seriously, wait a second. Maybe I'll do an invite here. Hold on. Talk amongst yourselves.
I was thinking about is Rothberg on the East Coast?
Yeah, he's in New York.
So he stays. Can you believe this longtime Giants fan? He literally stays up to like 3 a.m. sometimes with us on these streams, like chatting it up in the chat. Like that is so sick.
I kind of feel bad for giving him shit sometimes.
Yeah,
sometimes.
Oh God, no! Right. It's so cool though. Like just like when I had COVID, I was like, I really missed just hanging out with like everybody that's in the chat.
Yeah,
it's a great hang.
Dude, this is fun, you guys. This is and that goes out. I mean, to you four, but also chat. I mean, it's kind of cool getting to
the chat. The chat carries it. The chat makes it seem.
Chat.
It also draws in
some chats that are just trolls or they suck
super
or they're
positive,
ignorant.
But also like the right amount, and like also the fact that I feel like I feel like every time if somebody's watching the stream and they are looking at the chat, it's like so inviting to just jump in there. It's just the water's so warm. It just looks like such a great time, and it's just like all these inside jokes and like messing around. Like it's awesome.
Oh, we calling somebody?
I'm checking with him.
Trying to call Jay Levert.
Oh shit.
How do you get him on where we could hear his voice?
Hey Tony, come on, man.
It is, dude. We're making some buddies in chat, and we're gonna get together one day. We'll all get together for something Krueger related, and you'll get to meet Sean Proctor in person and MF and
we should just basically it's basically the plot of Old School where we just create a giant fraternity of like 25 to 65.
There he muted his mic. Oh, okay. He's talking.
Well,
to
shout
his
out
buddy.
to Mark Gray. Shout out to Romo. Shout out to Val.
Anonymous. I mean, also like it does get to the point where sometimes now I'm like, wait, how long has that person been in? Like Kyle McKiernan.
Dude, get this. I just visited. I just talked to LeBron. He's in Hawaii right now. He's wasted. I said, Malay. I said, Malay. He's like, I'm at a party, bro. I'm like, Malay's in the chat right now. I go, you gotta click the link that I just sent you and join us for a couple minutes. And he's like, all right, I'll do it.
Oh, this is gonna be great.
So LeBron, wasted LeBron is gonna be here supposedly in a matter of moments.
Wait, LeBron?
Yeah, you have
sounds
no
like...
idea what you're about to experience at that.
Wait, how do you pronounce his name? It sounds like LeBron, but with his U.
I know, LeBron.
Well,
LeBron?
Just think of like Pierre LeBrun, the hockey writer. It's the same spelling, Lebrun. But we call him Jay LeBrun.
Like there used to be like on Twitter, there was like Bub Murley and like a couple of those like just like stupid spellings of famous people. And I think there was a LeBron James. LeBron.
Yeah, not
Bub Murley.
He's not going to remind you of LeBron. I'll say that.
You haven't lived until you've seen LeBron roll down a hill in San Francisco outside of the Romolo Lounge. That's a steep hill. And I think it rolls into Columbus. So.
Oh.
LeBron one time got so mad because he got into a fight at Key Largo, and then he just punched out the window of the car. Oh, here we go. There he is. And look who's there.
Are you kidding me?
Look who's there.
I'm on Krueger's show right now.
What's up?
Oh my God!
Look who's over! Look who's over to the side there. That's Malay.
What's up, Levert?
We're in Hawaii now.
Jay Levert.
Love that name.
Pay attention. You're on the Krueg show.
Look at
Jason. Yeah. Nice.
Jay Levert.
What's up? So look who's there. You got Malays in the house.
The water's coming out shortly. Other than that, we do have a drink list for everyone here.
Never heard of it.
This is radio gold.
He doesn't know.
What's up, bro?
You there? Can you hear us?
Yeah, we can. Jay, can you hear us?
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking. Shaved.
Oh no!
There he is. Look at that face. You've done that face anywhere.
I I feel like he just stared into my soul.
Oh, did he drop off? Hopefully he'll get back on. I don't know if he could hear us.
Okay, we got Chardal though.
Great.
Chardal, nice interview of Grant Cohn the other day.
I saw Chardal.
Yeah. Chardal's blowing up.
Chardal's about to come on here and say the Giants are going to go on a 35-game win streak and take it all.
Sean Proctor says, "What island is LeBron on?" That's a good question. Isn't I think is it?
I want to say the big one where
Maui or the Big Island.
I think he's on Oahu.
Or Oahu.
He's on Oahu.
The Big Island.
I think he was on the one that was all volcanic rock, which is the Big Island. But I think he got too bored at the Big Island, so I think he went back to Oahu. I think he's selling beds for the sleep train, or not sleep train. What's it called now? Mattress Firm.
Oh yeah,
Well,
I just bought a bed at Mattress Firm.
Did you? There you go.
Yeah.
You supported LeBron.
Sleep train, very much ensconced in the Lambda Chi Alpha network.
That's right. That's right.
The LeBron stan.
So is that Chardal in the chat now?
I think Chardal is getting ready, but I have a surprise for him.
Hey, I saw Chardal on his channel.
He interviewed Grant Cohn for like 35 minutes.
Is Chardal there? We'll put Chardal back in the green room just until he gets ready.
He has to put his face on.
Yeah.
His sunglasses maybe too.
SG Sports Channel. Hey, Jay Levert. I don't think Chardal knows LeBron. I'm pretty sure. Anonymous. That one is Hawaii, the Big Island. Yeah, he was on the Big Island, but I think he's on Oahu. Oahu is not the Big Island.
Oahu is. Oh yeah.
Hey, while you're doing it, Ryan, I sent you a little
Honolulu's on Oahu.
Little clip from when I was at the Giants game. Did you see the guy out there playing the music when you walked?
Oh yeah.
I sent you a video of it. Play it. This is my video.
Just the audio is just the audio okay?
49ers says LeBron's
the
going to
video
be a pillow top
shows him
mattress
playing
tonight.
though. It's pretty fun.
Wait. This is okay. When Chardal gets in here, this is what we're gonna do. Oh wait, no, Chardal's watching the show. We can't.
Are we going to prank Chardal with?
We are going to prank him.
Of the United States.
No.
Yeah.
Okay.
That was a setup, man. They got me,
so
Jimmy.
Jim, on a scale of 1 to 10, how real do you think that was?
How real did I think what was the
capital off?
Well, I mean, I heard you say you were going to fuck with Dan, so I.
Oh yeah. Okay, good. I was hoping. I was like, wait, did we? Good. Okay, everyone got it. That's.
I mean, it might have went on a little long, but that's just. Me.
Chardal says, "Can you add me?" Hey,
Okay.
Chardal.
Chardal, how you doing, bro?
Oh, you have to unmute yourself, dude.
Hey, how you doing, man? What are your thoughts on the win, man? I mean, was it pretty impressive?
It's a terrible win, Chardal. Terrible win.
Yeah, it was a
Come
disaster.
on, dude. What do you think? It's another walk-off.
Hey, do you know the New York Mets is not even the original logo? They just took the orange from the New York Giants and the blue from the Brooklyn Dodgers. Not even a real logo.
That's right. They stole their colors. They stole their colors. The damn Mets.
You know, when I go to a New York Mets versus Yankees game, I'm gonna say shit in their face.
You do that.
Look at you.
Wait. Did you guys just hear that?
Think of your own colors.
Chardal's very confrontational.
Did you guys just hear?
Is Chardal working on a stand-up bit right now, or what?
Wait. Did you guys hear what was coming out of my thing?
No.
You didn't hear the music?
No.
Oh God! What the hell?
We're having some audio difficulties tonight. Normally we're on this stuff.
I know.
Says,
I think
Damon Bruce going to play fantasy football. He's in the 95-7 league, which is I think almost packed. But I decided I want to play in my own Krueg show league.
Yeah, I almost called in. In fact, I did call in as a different name, pseudo name today when Steinmetz, whatever your
rising up, back on the street.
wait! Don't say Jimmy. We put you in the center square.
Yeah. Well, I need
to get an electric. I need to get an electric guitar so I can jam out.
All right, Jimmy. Now, if you want to sing,
a lot of pressure.
Back on the street. Chardal's talking some shit.
Hey man,
show's happening
thanks
live.
Hey, thanks for shouting me out, man.
What the hell?
I appreciate it.
Krueg show. It's the fight. Oh, that's good.
Hey,
Good enough.
oh, he was
That
trying
is strong.
to he was trying to sing the song, but then he messed up in the middle. So he said, "I'm not singing this song. I don't want to embarrass myself live on air."
Oh my God.
Chardonnay with a low shot.
No. He was singing the song, the Eye of the Tiger Survivor song. He didn't want to embarrass himself on air, so he said, "Let me stop doing it. All these people are watching."
No, that took a lot of
nailed it.
courage. He just put his balls
nailed
in.
it,
That was a
Chardonnay.
great rendition.
Chardonnay, man, you're
Sean
going to get
Proctor
tossed
said
back
Jim
into the
Mulray,
green
that
room
was
soon.
amazing.
That was
Sean
amazing.
Proctor saying
Come
that's
on,
amazing.
Chardonnay. Hey, Chardonnay, I want to see
First of all, you guys,
you
don't
come
have to
on
protect my
live, not
feelings.
a
I am
picture.
not
Wait, let Jimmy.
Hey, sorry
say,
about
go
that.
ahead, Jimmy.
Sorry
what were you going
about
to say,
that.
Jim?
No need to protect my feelings, Chardonnay. I mean, it's a little
I didn't mean to
obvious,
say
my
that
friend,
to
but
you. You know that was a perfect rendition. You know, you did a good job. No, I mean, I'm being a little hard on you. I feel
moving on
bad
to
He
the
now.
expects a lot. He expects a lot.
I feel bad. You know,
MF says, can Larry do the Trent Baalke voice? Yeah, we kind of like our linebackers.
Cheers,
Gerald
Chardonnay. Cheers,
Hodges is a really good linebacker.
cheers to you.
And Chris Borland. We like Chris Borland quite a bit.
All right. Wait. Okay. Next question is going to be from Kermit the Frog. Kermit.
Yes.
What did you think of tonight's game?
I thought it was a really great ending. I actually jumped from one section to the other when it left the bat off of Crawford. I just wanted to jump over the screen and just go hug him. Yeah.
Oh, wow. Oh, who is that off in the distance? Oh, my God. It's Jay Hutch. Jay Hutch. Oh, it's so great of you to join us tonight.
Go ahead, Larry. You do Hutch better than anybody.
Yeah. Hey, I thought Crawford's home run was he hit it to center, and my wife is sleeping in the next room.
Hey, Ryan.
And I don't want to have a divorce because I can't afford a divorce right now.
Hey, Ryan.
So that's
you know,
Hey,
for the
I will
Seahawks,
say though, Jay Hutch carried the show a little bit the other night when
he did.
Yeah, that was
him and Dan went for like 25 minutes. Like,
yeah,
just,
what was that? Was that when you were?
What was happening? Why
you were in the car? That's
oh
right.
yeah, it was because we just got back from camp.
Yeah.
And then it was the classic. You had to just scurry and get all my electronics in order.
Hey, Ryan.
Oh, my
I have a
God.
perfect play-by-play the play-by-play announcer for the Seahawks and 49ers game.
okay.
Yeah.
Let's hear it.
Trey Lance throws it to Kittle. Kittle runs on the field. Touchdown, San Francisco.
that's gonna be.
There
the
we go.
Seahawks.
Hey, can you
That's
do
awesome.
can you do the play-by-play on Crawford's walk-off home run tonight? Just the whole thing. Go ahead, Chardonnay.
Crawford hits it. Crawford hits it high. He hits it deep. It is out of here.
Hey!
And with
You're-
that,
you're in your
Chardonnay,
type.
that was a great impersonation there, and it's time for Chardonnay to be out of here. No,
Chardonnay,
Okay, that
have a
is
great
the
night.
alt.
Have a great night. We
that
appreciate
was
you jumping
talking
in.
shit on me.
This is the Jay Hutch I always think about is the night when he said that he had a theory that was going to blow our minds about Farhan. That was so great.
that was awesome. We got to do a short on that. Get that to
Yeah.
get that to Lynn. Put it-
MF is he wants to hear Radnich. Why don't you both shut up? Everybody shut up! Oh man!
Oh, Proctor in the house.
Sean Proctor's in the house.
SP.
Yo,
What's up, Sean? What's going on?
Yo,
man?
what's up?
Let's get a little business going tonight. I want to
Seriously.
see a deal closed in Walnut Creek.
Yeah, dude. I'm talking to. I'm getting the loan pre-approved, and then once I got the loan, then I'll start actually shopping.
What are you looking for? What exactly are you looking for, Jimmy? You looking for a 2-bedroom, 2-bath? You looking for a house? You looking for, what kind of what are we looking for? We going high rent district over in the Northgate area? We looking for a condo? What are you
Looking actually? Yeah, either a house, 3 bedrooms, maybe 3 to 4. Room for myself, an office, room for the 2 girls.
Ooh.
So 3 to 4.
What
I would
lender?
love to have access to a pool, whether that's in a condo sort of
Looking to move in
environment.
with Larry.
What lender did you talk to?
Right now, I'm going through my credit union.
Okay. So I got one other guy you got to talk to. I recommend talking to a couple.
This ain't turned into the Dan Coccimilgio show, is it?
No.
Yeah, exactly.
I have a senior. I have a senior branch manager at Loan Depot. The best rates, beats everyone.
Oh, Loan Depot.
Yeah, dude. Let's
I worked with Loan
SB. Yeah,
Depot.
like off.
I'll direct message you.
Off air, we'll hook you guys up, and then maybe you guys can hook up.
Mole and I were already direct messaging before about.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, you guys know each other.
Yeah, we're friends on Twitter.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well,
the Krueg show, man. Bring
because of the
everyone
Krueg
together.
show.
It's so awesome.
Mike Vass,
Show, bringing
waiting to
people
hear
together
Larry's
and selling
impersonation of the
sausages.
Razor talking to Ted Robinson.
Here you go. I'll give you an impression. Here's my impression of the Pasquale link. The Pasquale wink.
Hey, wait a second. I'll give you a little Pasquale I'll give you 30 seconds
It's
of Pasquale so you can get in
it's
character.
the left
Here we
eye,
go.
though.
Here's a little
Finish it off.
Pasquale.
It's the
Here's a
left
little
eye. There
Pasquale.
we go.
Here we go.
We grew up with a Sunday dinner. That means no matter how busy you were, no matter where the hell you were, you came to dinner on a Sunday night.
There you go. You got a little Pasquale right there, Jimmy.
There we go.
No matter
Come
where
on,
the
dude.
hell
You know that
were.
guy got laid tons with that wink.
It's unreal.
So I missed the show afterwards. How was it when you went down, Larry? Did you go to the factory?
Oh, it was incredible. Yeah, we got the tour. I picked up like 27 boxes of sausage.
Oh my God, I can't believe
Right now, I'm sausage. I just want to let everybody know I may be a little cash poor, but I am sausage rich, if you know what I'm saying. I've got, you want Italian mild, you want chorizo, you want Italian spicy, you want breakfast sausage. You want a little sausage with a little basil. I can walk you out to my freezer, and I've got, it goes in fresh, it goes out fresh, but it's coming out of the Krueg show freezer periodically. Yeah, we're sausage rich here in the creek right now.
Did you learn anything that you didn't know before?
Well, yes, I did actually. They as far as the sausage goes, that they basically what they did was they gave me they've got those machines that label the labels come out, and sometimes there'll be like an F up, right? There'll be like they'll put it in the package, and the label will get maybe off center off to the side, so they don't even charity. They put that in a different room, and they give it to schmucks like me. They're okay. You know what? We can't put this at Lenardi's. We can't put this in Safeway.
No.
But if Krueg stops by, we'll drop the mislabeled sausage on him. So yeah,
fill him up.
Mystery sausage.
It's incredible. It's a huge plant. They have over 200 employees, and it's just really incredible. They employ a lot of people. They've been there forever. Family business. Rye and Dan and I are going to be going to their golf tournament on the 29th down at San Jose Country Club, and then I'm going to be emceeing the live auction with all these Italian people drunk, pounding sausage, and drinks, and we're going to hopefully get them to bid on some items. So I have a feeling there's going to be that in and of itself. Rye should have some great footage of that.
Well, I think we're going to be part. We're going to be part of the family after that.
Oh yeah, we're definitely going to be part of the family.
I'm already part of the family. I got the name.
I got COVID literally I think that it might have been. I think I was positive the day that we were going to go to the sausage factory, or it was the day before.
The day
it was
before.
Tragic. Yeah. Tragic.
Oh.
Kyle McKiernan, Larry is filthy rich with wieners. Thank you, Kyle. I'm sure my kids are proud.
The San Jose Country Club, I've lived in San Jose almost my whole life, and I didn't even know it was there until December.
Really?
My brokerage, we had our
What's the course like? Is it a good course?
I didn't play. I just went to I had our brokerage banquet for Christmas, like a Christmas party.
Calba Kamiga donates $10. Who cares if the labels are off? As long as the wieners are straight, that's all that matters. There could be a little bend in one. You never know. But yeah, no, the golf tournament. MF says the golf tournament sounds electric. Does Dan have a good drive? Danny, how's your driver, Danny?
Oh gosh, it's let's just put it this way:
strong to very strong.
Let's just put it this way: Dan's driver is a 3-wood.
Yeah, my sprint off the line is much better than my golf swing.
That's right. Danny was vacationing up in Prescott, and we had him running back and forth, across the screen. That was classic. That was classic. Actually, Anonymous weighs in. He says, my friend belongs there. His wedding was at San Jose Country Club. Nice. And then DJ over the top, as anybody in a good chat will do. Nobody cares. Nobody cares. That's a ratty
Fair
line.
enough, DJ. Fair enough.
So, Larry, did you understand what I was talking about with the Fantasy Factory?
No, I think I misunderstood because I was thinking maybe you wanted us to have the fantasy deal, like maybe in a restaurant or in a place.
No, for sure. Yeah, like the draft. The Fantasy Factory is just like a pipe dream. Basically, like rent out a big warehouse. We could, Krueg show, people can get together, watch the game, fuck around.
My buddy Len's got a guy in Concord who's got his own MMA gym that we could probably use.
Yeah, so if we can get all 12
Is that the one down? Is that down there by Willow Pass and that MMA?
Yeah, it's right by the drive-in theater in Concord.
Oh, I know where that is. I've seen it.
You've been to his MMA gym?
Not inside, but next door. Yeah.
You just were down there kicking ass, and you
Were
down there throwing some leg kicks.
It's the one by
not the giant one. I don't think the giant one by the by that. They used to have like the last Quiznos.
Look at
over
49er here. Dan looks like he has a big slice. You gonna take that, Danny?
Yeah.
You gonna take that, Jimmy? Jimmy, have we played golf?
I'm a good putter.
We used to play in Sac all the time.
And I got a good 9-iron.
Brother, I actually did not pick up golf until probably. I used to play a lot with Gordon and Gorlick and Campbell.
Where at San Jose somewhere? Or Sac?
No, South Bay.
South Bay, gotcha.
Not in the South Bay, yeah. So I was kind of got into my golf after college, I think.
Also, Graves asked the question for Mole. He says, what is Jimmy drinking right now? What do you got going there?
IPA.
I am. I got the Anchor Steam Pilsner. So instead of the typical Anchor, their typical ale, it's a Pilsner. A little lighter, for a school night.
Right, exactly.
For when you want to drink on a school night.
There you go.
Wait, I've got something to.
What do we have from Sean? Sean's got
Gatorade
Zero Gatorade.
Yeah, zero because I'm on a little bit of a diet.
There's
I'm
going with the very exclusive cocktail of the Kirkland.
Yeah, that's what I know.
This water it's very special. You get it from a place. It's a special club. It's called Casco.
How warm is that?
Yeah, seriously. I mean, seriously. This is cooling nobody down. I mean, I could throw this on the plants and they'd be like, ha, 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 ha. It's not cooling me down at all.
Wait, I'm going to take everyone a little bit backstage. Everyone has to see the private chat with Chardal taking over right now. This is the private chat of Krueg Show. Can you add me on the show? I'm backstage. I'm
still backstage.
The goat is back.
The goat?
I'm the goat. Everyone calls me the goat.
Chardal is letting that Grant Cohen interview get right to his melon.
I gotta tell you, man, Chardal gets on my head sometimes. I don't know if he's real. I don't like.
Yeah. See, all right, let's add him back. All right, Chardal, you're back. You're back. You gotta unmute
my
yourself.
Eye of the tiger, and then rolls in here saying he's the goat.
Chardal, are you back with us?
No, because everybody calls me the goat on Grand Cone.
But are they talking about the animal or the acronym?
Yeah, exactly.
No, the acronym, not the animal, the acronym.
But see, that's also what gets me, Chardal. You answered that question so seriously. You're totally in my head, dude. You are so fucking in my head right now.
Oh, man. We're having fun. Tony D says, for a school night. Yes. Thank you, Tony D.
Chardal, man. Somebody says you on your channel.
Ansel Hoffman for the win. Ansel Hoffman. I didn't play Ansel Hoffman. We used to play we lived in Rancho Cordova, so we'd pay that stealthy $11 green fee to play Rancho Cordova back in the day. Occasionally Hagen Oaks, but it was kind of a dog track, kind of dry. Did I ever tell you? Oh, Jimmy, I don't know if I ever told you the story about me, Young, and Corrigan playing golf at Hagen Oaks. So we get out there, there's three of us. And they're like, hey, we're right about to tee off. It's hot as hell, really hot. All of a sudden, they're like, oh, excuse me, on tee number 1, the young threesome. Could you guys hold up a second? We have a single coming out to join you. No. Immediately, Young and Corrigan start dropping F-bombs. Fuck! We don't want to play with any single. Oh, fuck, God damn it. Young's pissed. Corrigan's pissed. I was like, whatever. Who knows? It might be somebody fun. We'll see. All of a sudden, this woman walks out. She's got the full-on wraparound shades, like full-on Oakley wraparounds. She's got her sleeves rolled up. She's got cigs in her sleeves, cigarettes. She's got a cigarette pack, like something from Greece, like rolled up in her sleeves. Yeah, in her golf shirt. So she's like, you don't mind if I smoke during the round, Tim? Like, no, not at all. She's full-on LPGA, right? She's telling us how she's trying to make.
Was it?
No, it wasn't her. She's telling us how she's trying to make the tour, right? So I'm sitting there going, "Oh my God!" The three of us all wind up, beating her. We get to the 18th. She's now thoroughly embarrassed. We're at Hagen Oaks. She hits her drive off to the side. She goes, "Can I hit another one? I haven't used my mulligan." We're like, you know what? Whatever. Annika Sorenstam, go for it. Hit a second one. She hits a second one. It smashes off the front of our golf cart window, and Molay's like, "Fuck! What are you doing? You almost killed me." She then gets so pissed off that she's failed in front of us, that she takes her entire golf bag, slams it down, all the clubs fall out. She then picks up each club and starts hurling them into a tree. She literally had like 7 clubs stuck in a tree. And she's swearing. I'm dipping during the round. She bummed a dip from me. I mean, how many women that do you know that would bum a dip from you? She bums a Copenhagen from me. She's got her clubs in the tree. The marshal comes out. I mean, dude, it was you had to be there. You had to be there.
John Daly's sister.
We shook hands. We shook hands. We didn't normally you shake hands on the 18th green. We shook hands at the 18th tee box because we were going to go finish the round, and she had to have the marshal help her get her 9 clubs out of a tree. Oh my God, it was
embarrassing.
It was incredible.
The worst is if you told me Young went home with her after.
Yeah, exactly. Young.
Hey, Larry,
unbelievable.
Field of Dreams game, and did you watch it?
You know what? I didn't watch it because I was watching football. I've been all in on the Niners. It was during the football weekend, wasn't it? Wasn't it Sunday night?
I don't know when it was.
Yeah, I was at Niners Packers.
You were at the
Cub unis. Those old Cub unis were sweet.
Seriously, I like those.
The rumor is next year it's going to be the Giants Dodgers.
That would be sweet.
It's like, can you let her get away, Larry? Yes, I did. I let her get away. Oh my God! This guy said, Brian Lucena, I did throw a putter into a lake once. I always wondered about people who throw clubs. You do realize you're shitty at golf. There's a lot of really good people at golf. There's no reason to get that mad. Here's the other thing. I cannot stand talking about golf while I'm playing golf. That's my pet peeve. Like if we go play around, the last thing I want you to do is start telling me about your driver, start telling me about your short game. It's like, dude, you're not Matthew Fitzpatrick. All right. I don't give a crap. Hey, Nick Faldo, put a sock in it. I mean, seriously, I don't give a crap. Let's talk life. Let's talk sport. Let's talk about the Giants and their lack of hitting.
Yeah.
Let's talk about Chardall and his interview with Grant Cohn. I don't care. I don't want to talk about your short game, your putting,
How about Will Zalatoris finally breaking through? Wins.
I saw that Giants fan, Will Zalatoris.
Yeah. Did you see the shot that he hit? And in the playoff, and it didn't land in the water. It's like on the rocks. It just bounced like 5 times, and it just got stuck there. And then the guys behind him, who's in the playoff, he's like, all he's got to do is lay up, and he wins, and he hits it in the water. So he had to,
Unbelievable. Way to go, Will Zalatoris.
Yeah.
Because
He had the most.
Dude,
yeah.
Will Zalatoris has been absolutely playing his ass off. Now he hasn't gotten any breaks. He's gotten close, but this was
his first PJ win.
Yeah, and that was his first win, and he might be one of the hottest players on the tour right now. If you just look at where he's finished on the various tournaments he's played this year, he's like always right there this year.
He tweeted at Steph today thanking him for inspiration.
I saw that. What did he say? Like, what are they going to say
What are they
now?
gonna say now? Yeah.
What do you say now?
Sandler tweeted at him too. I'm sure he got shit for looking exactly like Sandler's caddy and Happy Gilmore his whole life, and then now he's got Adam Sandler tweeting like, "Good job, kid." Like, that's pretty sweet.
That's pretty cool.
Hey, Larry, who's the greatest giant of all time? Willie McCovey or Willie Mays?
Oh, come on, man! It's a say hey kid. There's no question. Willie Mays.
What about Willie McCovey?
Well, I will say this: Willie McCovey's my personal favorite. And I love Willie McCovey. About 3 months before Willie McCovey passed, I was in the elevator coming down from the top level at the stadium, and he was in there with his caregiver. And I got on with my boys. And man, I'm not the kind of guy who I don't want autographs. I don't want handshakes. I don't want to take a picture. I don't want to do anything. I don't want anything other than the human element. So I introduced him to my boys. I'm like, Willie, these are my sons, and Kevin and Benjamin and Christopher, and I'm like, this is Willie McCovey, and that was it. And I was just thinking, maybe I'll get a picture. Maybe I'll do this. And I'm like, you know what? That's so not you. Don't do it. Yeah. Don't do it. And then like my kids, like my little guy was like, Dad, who is that? After we walked off the elevator, I'm like, that's one of the members of the 500 home run club. That's Stretch. That's the guy that my dad used to call Mac. Let's go, Mac.
Yeah. He was the greatest.
Mac was something special.
Giant. He was the most beloved giant.
All right,
very
Chardon,
regal. Very regal.
Buddy. Here's your obviously you were very bummed that Larry didn't pick McCovey. So here's a question: who's your Willie Mack Award winner for the Giants this year?
I'm going with Evan Longoria to win the Willie Mack Award winner.
Really?
What?
I think I'm going to go with Wilmer Flores.
Just quickly jump him. What are you talking about?
What you talking about, man?
Kick him out of the chat. Get out of here. All right.
I have to say that was like about as random of a choice as could have
Like,
possibly
seriously,
been, right?
why Evan Longoria? You guys
I don't.
somehow.
It's not even like there's somebody that's just running away with it. So it's like kind of hard to say no. But like,
okay, let's go around the room. Who would you go with? Because maybe I was saying Wilmer Flores.
That's what
I'm
Jimmy
going to
said.
go Wilmer.
You're gonna go Wilmer?
Yeah, I mean,
Wilmer's
he's
had a
been
good
solid.
year.
How many? What I'd be curious to know who's played the most games, like of the regular starting lineup.
Probably Tyro. Probably Tyro.
Tyro was hurt for a bit.
No. I would say Crawford, right?
No,
Wouldn't it be Crawford?
No.
Also hurt. I mean, they all. been
Yes,
hurt,
maybe.
I guess,
Yes.
No, I'll change my. I said Evan Longoria. I'll say a better one.
Okay.
What about Jock Peterson?
If you'd
Better
said
than,
in July, I
better
would have
than
said
your
yeah,
Longoria
but
pick.
here in
It's like a
August,
home run in
no.
like 4 months.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with
Even Vicky, who's super nice, says, Chardon, what are you smoking? I mean, come on. When Vicky is taking you out back, it's time. You're really getting beaten down.
It's kind of early still. There's still 47 games. I think when you get down to about
wait a second. Danny,
15
anonymous. Papirski.
there we go.
Give it to Papirski.
Anonymous is like typing that name. It's part of his typing test that he.
I think I'd give it, Jimmy. I think I might give it to Kai Correa just because he absorbed that Kapler push the other day.
Yeah,
So
mini Kapler.
If you think
Would
about
Kapler
it,
have pushed Don Baylor? Would Kapler have pushed Matt Williams? Or did he only push Correa because he feels like he can take Correa?
Kapler would push Matt Williams once.
Yeah, exactly.
What is the exact specs for the award?
I think most inspirational Giant, kind of voted on by the team and the health staff and coaches.
To put it simple, it's the most inspirational player.
It's usually somebody who. Yeah, it's usually somebody who's played well statistically.
I'm going to go with Tyro. I'm going to go with Tyro.
I think it's Tyro.
Really?
That's
Yeah.
what I went. Yep.
Yeah.
He gets it tonight. That's for sure.
Well, last year it was late night Lamont, right?
Right.
And Yaz before that, Kevin Pillar, Will Smith, Nick Hudley.
Here's one. What do you guys think
Wow,
of this
Will
one?
Smith. Will Smith won that award once.
Yeah, he was good.
2018.
What do you guys think of if he finishes hot, Joey Bart?
I think he's too early in his career.
Yeah.
So I think you got to give it to either.
Callie Hatz makes a good point here. Bart has settled the team. Also, Bart has rescued himself from, he was sub.
He could get
Mendoza. He was sub. He was 155 or whatever, and
Dude, he's hitting the ball hard too. That ball is coming off hard off.
Yeah,
seriously.
Now.
He's got 9 homers. He's hitting a little over 230, 233, 234, somewhere in there. Maybe even a little higher because he got one hit tonight.
Dude,
he's
when
got
you
more
play
than
162 games. It's what have you done for me lately? And if you could do something for me lately,
if Bart ends up with say 15 homers and hits 240, 250, and is a catalyst with the club and gets them somehow into the playoffs, that would be a really amazing turnaround.
I feel like it's got to go to.
How many Papirskis has Larry eaten today? I just had a Papirski. It was phenomenal.
Do you have cheese on it? Was it with cheese or without cheese?
I'm trying to cut back. I don't want too much cheese in my Papirskis.
You got to. I feel like you have to factor in plate appearances to this award, though, also, because being healthy for your guys is so important. I'm sorry, I know that's really hard to read, but it goes Wilmer at 425, then Yaz 390, Estrada 376, then all the way down to 314, Darren Ruff.
Guys, not to interrupt Rye there, but isn't that an illustration on the year? It's totally. August the 18th, and Wilmer Flores has the most at-bats on this team.
Not ideal, Farhan. Not ideal.
No. Not only not ideal, I can't imagine that was the plan.
I mean, essentially everyone else has at least 100, 150 less at bats than him, on the team, our normal guys.
Well, Flores has played 109 games. Is that right? If I'm reading.
Yeah, 109.
He's got 16 or 17 jacks, right?
Yeah, he's got 16 jacks. He's hitting 258, which on the Giants is Ted Williams. I don't know what the hell's going on with this freaking ad thing. I'm trying to. Every time I try and zoom in, it's not letting me click
leading
the ad.
team with 17. That's a problem too.
I know that is disgusting.
Hey Ryan, so my question to you is that what were your thoughts on Hunter Pence getting immortalized into the San Francisco Giants Wall of Fame?
Ooh, specifically for me,
look at that.
Hey,
special
thanks,
question
Chardol.
for Rye.
I love Hunter Pence. I gotta say, I sort of had the thing happen that I think, we all do where it's that band's too mainstream or something. Towards the end, the Hunter Pence love started to kind of when he was not performing on the field and everyone was still oh, roll him out there. It's Hunter Pence. But then now I've come back and I love Hunter Pence. He was such an awesome Giant. And man, that guy, his eyes were always bulging out of his head. And,
is this true, by the way? Anonymous, breaking news. Joey Bart has a higher batting average than Belt, Crawford, and Yaz.
That's correct.
That's correct.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Bart
dude, when you're hitting 212, it doesn't take much to get that thing back up.
Seriously. Seriously. You know what? We had Hunter Pence on with Willard and I the other day on 95.7 The Game, and I was saying to Willard, and I think I may have even said it to Hunter Pence, I'm digging Hunter Pence as an announcer. I like what he brings to the table. He's on the Amazon games.
Yeah.
He knows the game cold, but he doesn't take himself too seriously.
Yes.
I like that he's positive without being a rah-rah homer, which I think is a key to being a good announcer in Northern California, is that we got to know you're rooting for the Giants, but we also got to not feel you rooting for the Giants. That feeling of Mike Shannon or one of these guys, Hawk Harrelson. That kind of stuff works in the Midwest. It doesn't really work here. To me, my favorite non-Krueg and Kipe, Giants announcers outside of the big four, I would say Dave and John and Krueg and Kipe. I love Javi and I love Hunter. Give me your guys' thoughts. Who's your, out of the big four, they've used Affelt, they've used Javi, they've used George Contos, they've used Sean Estes. I mean, whether it be on the broadcast or in the studio, Randy Wynn, Rich Aurelia. Let's go around the room. Who's your guys' favorite non-Big Four Giant announcer?
Non-Big Four? Not. Okay. I would say for me, I really have started to really like Javi. He's grown. He's really becoming really good.
He's funny. He's quietly funny.
He's
got
funny
a great sense of humor.
Super polished, man.
Yeah.
When he's even on the radio. I like Pence as well, but I'd go with Javi.
Sean, who do you like?
Yeah, I like Javi as well. I think the key with when you're talking about outside the Big Four, at least for me, it's the sound of their voice and their inflection as they're talking. Because if it's kind of grating, you're like, I don't even want to listen to this. But I feel like Hunter, like you said, he shows some excitement and because that's just his personality. It comes through, and I feel like I like that. I like his vibe where it's just not like super rah-rah, but you can tell he's more positive than Randy Wynn is super chill, like very
It's the reason why I don't like Estes, because I can recognize Estes' voice so much. I do like Estes in the fact that he gets pissed sometimes. Yeah, like he'll call people out on their bullshit on the field. So
it's funny you said that. Kyle McKiernan says, "Come on, Krueg, Sean Estes is killing it." Sean Estes and I are good friends now. I mean, I consider him a good friend. I used to rip
down
him
here in Arizona.
I used to rip Sean Estes because remember in the playoffs against the Mets when he sprained his ankle and he came off the bag at second and he got tagged out.
Try to fucking half-ass slide.
Yeah, he tried a bad slide, then he rolled his ankle, and then he came off the bag because I think he was in a lot of pain, and then they tagged him out. And I'm like,
he was
I'm like, it was a playoff game. And, he's like, Krueg, I'm sorry. I made a mistake. He kind of owned it. Seriously, I mean, I felt bad because I was like, it was like one of those, there was no answer. I was in the right, but I mean, I'm also the ass to bring it up on the radio. But, I like Estes because we kind of got beyond that. I like his analysis, and I agree with
Sean's really good. He is good.
Yeah, he's not a homer. He's got some, he's got some good analysis to him. And he's pretty real. You know what I mean? He doesn't try to make it. He doesn't try to put lipstick on a pig and say, "Oh, it's awesome." He kind of, he'll give it to you without, he'll give it to you somewhat straight. He's rooting for the Giants, but I don't know. I kind of like Estes. I like his vibe.
And also,
I do too.
The players. So like Contos was on the team more recently, so it's tough for him to criticize the players that he played with.
Right.
Sean Estes was on, he was on the team a long time ago, so it's a little bit different, right?
Right. I think that's a key point. That's a great point because it is true. It's like, seriously, if you're on the team last year, you're going to come on the TV. And I mean, the same thing with Wotus. I think Wotus knows a ton about the game, but, Wotus was just on the team last year. So, I mean, it's kind of like, I'm sure it's like, and he's always like, hey, and the players always smile when he's like, hey, it's Ronnie here or whatever he says. But,
Contos, he was on almost every single night with Papa on the post game last year. And
who was?
Contos.
Oh, yeah. They're using Contos a ton. Contos has great hair. I'll say that. He's got terrific hair. And George is a good guy, and I've talked to him a bunch of times. I just think that he needs more reps. You know what I mean? Where some of the other guys are a little bit. And also, he's not doing the in-game. He's doing studio. The studio is a little different than the in-game.
Don't get me started on the studio. You know how I feel.
No, tell us.
Remember, like when I first jumped on, I just don't like Laura Britt. Just personally, I'm not a fan. Remember, you told me like, leave Laura Britt alone.
She's a nice lady.
I'm sure she's nice.
Larry likes her low or high.
I just personally think that they need to wash her hair more. That's
That's right. You felt like it
I've been looking for her hair now. Every time those freaking previews come on, I'm like analyzing her hair because I never really saw the greasy hair.
Am I right?
I can't quite put it together. I mean, I don't know. I don't feel like it's like overly greasy or anything. I think it looks pretty normal.
I like her analysis though, for the most part. I think she's pretty solid. Carla P says,
I can't handle the what's the other guy that's on the post game?
Carlos.
Yeah, he reminds me of that guy. Sergio Dip, the guy that did the Monday Night Football.
Right.
Oh, he's having the time of his
Oh my
life.
gosh.
Remember that guy?
My only
That guy was
thing,
great.
okay,
That's what he sounds like.
my only argument with anybody, and it's not really with Carlos Ramirez, but just with anybody who's not really from here, who then is like, I'm losing my mind that they're losing. You know what I mean? It's like, well, are you losing your mind, or are you pretending to lose your mind because you think that's what we want from you? Like, I'm from here. I grew up in the Sunset District. I lose my mind from time to time. But if I moved here from Florida, or if I moved from here to Florida and I'm on the Marlins post game, and all of a sudden I'm like, I can't believe Jesus Aguilar. You know, it's just not. You know what I mean? It just kind of it misses the mark a little bit. I don't think you can play that.
Totally.
You can't play the homer card when you're not from here. And he might be from here, but I'd never seen him before.
And the other thing is, it's like Bill. Oh, okay, like Bill Simmons. It was like kind of revolutionary how he was like a mainstream like sports journalist, like writing for ESPN, and he was like an unabashed homer. But then ever since then, it's like now people think like, oh, it's cool to like play the homer card, like to like be like, hey, I'm a little rebellious. I'm not like the other journalists. I like to have fun and I like to root like a fan. And it's like it comes off as disingenuous when you're not from there.
I kind of agree. I think
I can imagine that's hard though, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Right? When you're doing like those shows, like Ask Mr. Hobby, or Hobby's great at it. But you know, like talking about Hunter Pence not being a homer, but it's hard, man. I would be so hard for me not to talk shit on the Dodgers if I was, you know, doing a game. Or I could probably not be a homer, but then I would talk shit on the Dodgers.
You know, here's one that's interesting. Eddie Flores says, I wish JT Snow called a few games like back in the late 2000s. He's been doing some games in Sacramento, and I've caught him on the WB on a couple Saturday nights.
No kidding.
And JT's good, man. JT's really good.
Yeah.
One of my favorite Giants.
One of the greatest defenders of all time, right?
Yeah.
First base.
Hey, you know,
so clean.
I was listening tonight to the Diamondbacks broadcast, and Bob Brenly, he was talking about Joey Bart. He says, I don't think it'll be too much longer where you start seeing Joey Bart move up in that lineup from the 8th, 9th spot.
MF just said that. MF just said, why is he hitting so low in the lineup?
Yeah. Also, play the guy every day at this point. I mean,
he'll play every day. He will not play Thursday probably because of day game after night. He'll probably be in the lineup tomorrow, and then you'll see the powerful hitting.
I'm super surprised with how good he is defensively.
I know.
Who's that?
Joey Bart. You
are surprised though, SP?
Well, I knew he had power. I knew he had power.
Yeah. That's what people talked about. Is they talked about the outstanding power, but no one really that kind of overshadowed the defensive.
Well, he's got a hose, man. There's no question. His catch and throw is incredible, but it's not just the catch and throw. He's really improved his framing. His everything about him has improved defensively.
I'm curious, does the Buster had any role in that last year? Because I know they weren't they weren't as tight as teammates, but I mean, what does he pick up from Buster as his last year in terms of how to be a good defensive catcher?
He wasn't up very much.
Yeah, he was in the minors a lot last year. I mean, they worked together in spring training. I just think overall Buster was such a great template for how to play the position. I'm sure that if you talk to Joey Bart, he'd tell you, man, I got this from Buster. I got that from Buster. I mean, Alex Rose, Dan may outlive the entire Krueg show with that diet. Danny, what do you got going over there? What are you eating?
He's eating grapes.
Oh, grapes. Look at you.
Dusty Gold said, is that prunes, Dan?
Dan does eat an awful lot during the show. Does it bother you guys to watch Dan eat during the show?
And is he does it regular member of the Krueg show.
He's so respectful about it.
He's very sly. He's always eating his chicken ass off the side of the. We have to beg him to cook that. MF donates $4.99. Says Greg Pop is not from the Bay Area. Love his perspective and miss him on the pre and post. Yeah, but Paul, I mean, say he's not from the Bay Area. My goodness, Greg was doing Warrior games, in the 80s. I mean, he's doing Sleepy Floyd. I mean, to me, I consider Greg from the Bay Area. I realize he's a Buffalo
I was
guy.
born in Southern California.
Yeah,
but
Russ Hodges was not from the Bay Area. Neither was Vin Scully from L.A.
He's existed in the Bay Area longer than I've been alive, so
he's announced everything, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
The only thing he hasn't announced is the Sharks.
That's right. I mean, yeah, Tony D says Pop's been here a long time. Yeah, he has. I mean, I consider Greg almost Bay Area at this point. I mean, when you're broadcasting, Sleepy Floyd is Superman. Come on. He's been around a lot. He's I wouldn't be surprised if you saw Greg on the Giants. I think 2023 you might see Greg on the Giants at some point. That's my guess.
You think Krueg hangs it up?
I don't know. I just think that, the way it's trending, I mean, Krueg and Kipe didn't go to Dodger Stadium and, just the relative age and also how busy Dave is. I could see them adding somebody like Greg, and Greg's been part of the team before. So I think it's a natural fit.
What are the odds that Krueg and Kipe retire together?
Very high.
It would be kind of sad to see like one of them do an extra year without the other.
They are so synonymous with one another.
It wouldn't be the same. I mean, I know.
I wonder though how much.
But
I kind of wonder if, with the sadness of Kipe losing his wife earlier this year, if he'll keep going just because it gives him something more to do. I mean,
do you think how much do you think we'd have to pay to get him on the Krueg show? Just he still can be like talking Giants. But he does it from the comfort of his own home. He's around his family.
I don't think they'd lower themselves to that. Calba Kamiga donates $10. Says Willie Mack Award is about the most inspirational. Nobody had higher expectations and bigger shoes to fill than Joey Bart. We've seen him go from struggling to finding confidence and showing leadership. Yeah, I kind of could see. I mean, if you just go through this year, Wilmer Flores has had the best year, but Joey Bart has kind of, he's had a really tough year and he's kind of fought through it and kind of come out the other side. If he finishes fast, and when I say finishes, and we got a whole nother month and a half of ball. If he has a big 6 weeks, I could see him getting it for sure.
Because he is like the embodiment of the Giants season. If the Giants end up making the play or coming close to the playoffs or whatever, it's like, huge expectations for Bart to start the season, huge expectations for the Giants. Then they both disappointed the shit out of us to the point where we were even questioning, we were questioning, should we send Bart away for Sean Murphy?
and I would be absolutely thrilled, dude. Absolutely thrilled if that happened. So, fuck my Wilmer Flores pick. Fuck Chardall's Longoria.
Hey, right.
Dude, if Joey Bart goes off and
Joey Bart's had more ABs than Evan Longoria, so
hey, right. See if I just sent you a text. See if you could play that. I don't know if you can. It's one of our old shows back in May.
Carlo P, does anybody know the story behind Fleming's rise? Well, I'll tell you right now, he's damn great. I mean, that's a big key to his rise. The guy's really, really good.
Good at everything. Good at baseball. Good at
college football.
Good at tennis. The dude's like a professional tennis announcer.
Golf.
College football. He does it all.
College hoops. Dave's one of my favorites on college football. I've told him that many times. He's really, really good.
Like Kevin Harlan.
Wait, Dan just sent me an old clip of us on the Krueg show.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing. I saw it today.
Okay,
we were
all right,
pretty right on.
I'm just gonna put it up.
What do you got?
It's I'm not we were talking about Bart back on May 17th. Open up a roster spot by either letting somebody go or
Where's that at?
Another trade.
What minute mark is that?
So
at, Ryan?
I don't think that's in the plan.
145.
Okay. I want to keep Joey in the organization and not give up on him until you give him a solid couple of years and see what you got. And unless you've got something right now that is you can trade him either one-to-one or a package and get somebody that's a true major league ready, backstop that is going to be available for a few years, then maybe. but he's got too much.
I don't think that's going to happen. I mean, look at baseball. Show me the other team. Show me any team in baseball that trades for a guy who's going as bad as Joey Bart. I never see those trades, Dan. I never see anybody trade for anybody who's hitting 064 for the month.
But with that pedigree, though, and also, I mean, it's at the catcher position, like to have a catcher with the even just the possibility of being a bat in the lineup, like somebody's going to trade. Somebody would trade for that.
Well, somebody would steal him from you if you said, "Hey, you know what? We're done. We're done with this guy. Anybody who wants him, come get him." But I don't think the Giants are there.
No, I don't see that.
So you know, even though everybody's impatient, and so the impatient fan says, you know, just play him or trade him. But that's not really the way they're going to do it. They're going to back him off, slow him down, try to rebuild his confidence, get him going. Right? I mean, if he gets traded, don't you think he'll be like in the off season? I don't think he'll be in the season. I think he'll be in the off season.
I've seen the guy. I've seen him in the minors. I mean, in spring training, and I know spring training's different, but the potential is there. The guy can hit, and he just is over his head a little bit right now. So I wouldn't give up on. I mean, I'm looking at his minor league stats.
Cut it there.
Here,
cut it there.
We've seen enough highlights of ourselves.
So,
MF,
we nailed it. We nailed it. All three of us.
You crushed it.
Seriously,
I was hoping that we would.
capsule.
I was hoping it would be like a super negative one, like we're talking about trade.
Trade his ass.
Trade him for like.
Get him out of here! I don't care what you get. A bag of Pringles.
No, we only have to show the highlight.
Basically,
the good
that
stuff.
was just like watching the last 20 minutes, Dan.
Yeah, MF donates $4.99. He says, "I saw Boach at the Prune Yard 2 weeks ago." What is the Prune Yard, guys?
The Prune Yard is it's like it's not really a mall, but it's got restaurants. It's in Campbell. It's right
south of San Jose, sort of.
Isn't there a hotel, Prune Yard Hotel?
It's right next to San Jose. They have a movie theater. They got a bunch of high end restaurants.
DJ.
By the way, DJ Venus.
Nice.
Look at that. Look at that guy. DJ, welcome aboard, bro.
Nice, brother.
Thank you for
Welcome
joining.
You go, DJ.
We need more members.
Took you long enough, man.
Seriously.
Everyone, get on.
Tony D
$4.99 a
says Campbell's an upscale shopping and restaurants.
Where do all these guys? Where do all these guys get their first renewal when it says $4.99 and it's not $4.99? $499.
Yeah, don't scare me, Danny.
We're gonna do Krueg show replays.
Yeah, that
the Krueg show replay where MF pissed off Larry and then had to like drop $500 to get back on his good side.
Yeah.
What about the guy who dropped hundreds and then got insulted because I didn't bring up one of them and then never came back again? Remember that? Todd K. Todd, if you're out there, I apologize, man. I
really the 44th time. Yeah. Todd,
$100 donation slipped.
He had potential. Todd had all kinds of potential.
Yeah, he could have been the Willie Mack Award winner of the Krueg show.
He could have been. He could have been
in the fantasy league.
So
could have been in the fantasy league.
Getting back to the fantasy league. So what I was saying was if we can get all 12 people, like if you're doing a 12 teamer in a room, right? Whether it's at your buddy's Mountain Mike's or whatever,
right?
We do it in the room. We don't need to draft on Yahoo. We can do an offline draft with a board.
That would be electric. That would be electric.
Because you can ridicule people's picks. It's a lot of fun.
Later, MF. Good night, brother.
MF, have a good night, brother.
Good night, MF.
It's $4.99 to say good night, fellas. Good night, MF.
He paid $5 to say good night. What? That's good.
Carlo P says MF made us all forget about Todd K.
Nice.
Yeah. He market
Eddie Flores says, Larry, don't mess with Campbell.
Really? We should do the draft one night when Tommy Pham's in town. He could come out.
Yeah, exactly. Invite John Peterson. Uh-oh. Yeah. All right. Hey, you know what? It's midnight, so we're going to wind this thing down. Let's put Mole back in the center square. Jimmy, good night, brother. Dude. Love you. You know I love you. Thanks for we will take in a Giants game together, man. And I love those little girls you got. I'm sure you're a great dad. Go Giants, and thanks for jumping in on the Krueg show tonight. And you and Sean have to hook up at some point and talk.
Yeah, absolutely, my friend. Yeah, we were, like he said, we're connected on Twitter. Yeah, fellas, nice being on.
Hey,
And, come on, brother.
and
You know I
Jimmy?
love you.
Oh man,
Jimmy,
it's
the
been too
beard
long,
looks
brother.
For years,
the
man.
beard looks
I mean,
really good
seriously, dude.
in person.
Because you gotta admire that, right? I think I said it in chat the other night. I remember like being out with Eddie Gorlick out in Broadway in North Beach, rolling in when you guys worked at Byline, rolling in like at 2-3 in the morning, and dude, you're just randomly shouting out who played third base for this team and these stats for some because fucking Frank in Boston is ranting about his Red Sox. It was amazing, dude. It's always been fun. Of course, that's one little tale of many from going back to school. So
Dude, we go way back, brother. Have a great night. Thanks for jumping in.
Hey, Jimmy.
All right, see you,
Jimmy,
everyone. Good night, Jack.
The beard looks good in person.
I'm so jealous of
What are
it.
you talking about? The beard.
Dude, I mean, seriously, that is a thick beard, man.
Yeah,
that's like
that's nice.
I mean,
You
that's
gotta Castro ain't got shit.
That's
or,
stopping by on the way to ZZ Top. You know what I mean?
Cap,
I mean,
Cap needs to look more like that, man. The Giants won't lose the rest of the year.
Cap would never go with a beard that was that unmanicured.
Again,
I mean,
he's got effortless swag with the beard. Cap has it's like Sean McVay kind of a little bit too, dusting of McVay sort of.
But it's not real. It's a synthetic coat of
exactly.
Polymer coating on his robot face.
Yeah. Would you go as far as putting any of the oil like Cap puts on the face?
Oh, dude, I put
shine?
oil and birthday cake in my beard.
Yeah, in the beard, but no, on the face. He puts it on the skin. He's got like his face.
He rubs the lotion on the body.
Yeah,
oil,
the coconut oil.
Jimmy, have a great night, brother.
Yeah. Robot oil. All right,
talk to you, brother.
Yeah,
there you go. The great Jim Mole.
Speaking of Cap, you guys, right? You got to play this. It was. Did you guys see the thing with the fan in Chicago, the White Sox, and he's yelling at Tony La Russa? You got to play
what?
No.
I sent it to you earlier today. To both of you.
Group message.
Let me see if I can pull it up. You got to play it. It's hilarious.
Hey, definitely Sean Mole. He's gold, man. You guys should hook up. I know. Hopefully, you guys can help each other out. That'd be very cool.
I'm going to contact him and send him the info, and if I can help him, I'd love to. Yeah, Mole is gold with he's got witty comments. I like the witty comments, man.
So in 1993. Like when this was like really like, what the heck was that? I called him one day, and all of a sudden I'm getting Tom Petty. You don't know how it feels to be me. I'm the ringer. They plays you the song, and I'm like, what's this?
That was called a ringback.
Yeah, I never heard of it. Never seen that done before. And I was like, Mole, dude, I love that song. I'm going to call you back. Just don't answer. Let it roll,
Can we not forget that LeBron was on the show tonight?
That's right. LeBron was on the show from Hawaii and fucked up. He was fucked up. I mean, I know LeBron was afraid, man. He was afraid.
It was amazing.
Do you think he's going to remember that?
Oh, I mean, LeBron, we got to get LeBron on a regular. DJ Venus grew up here in Krueg on KMBR and now a member of the channel. Got room for one more on the Fantasy Football League. DJ Venus, what do we think, Rye? Can we get DJ Venus in the Fantasy League?
DJ Venus, you're in.
He's in.
You're in.
DJ, you're in, bro. You're in.
A big league.
Oh, this could be a big league. This could be a big league. If we have to go with a secondary league of listeners, we'll go with a secondary league as well. If we have to.
That's true.
We could always go with the secondary league if we have to, because we definitely want to get as many people in as we possibly can. Mark Graves, LeBron was 3 shots to the trade wins. Yeah, exactly. I think LeBron might have taken the 6-foot bong rip. You know what I mean? I think he might have been. The
only thing that he said was, "I'm on the Krueg show."
Yeah,
I'm on the Krueg show.
Yeah, that was peaceful, LeBron. Usually he's breaking somebody's jaw.
Oh God.
Okay,
yeah, no, LeBron's a fighter. LeBron will fight.
You got to.
Did I ever tell you guys my LeBron story from Covered Wagon?
No.
So listen to this one. This is classic. We get together at Covered Wagon. Covered Wagon's on Harrison Street in the city, right? So these guys are there and then have been there drinking for 2-3 hours. I get in there at like 12 o'clock, and I walk in, they're like, Krueg, bar's packed. And this is like, 1995, maybe 94, 95. Anyway, all my buddies are there. They're like, Krueg, I'm buying you a beer. So all of a sudden I get a beer, and now someone hands me a beer. I'm standing against the wall. This gigantic Viking skinhead guy. I mean, seriously, 6'7" or so, huge guy, mustache, goatee, turns around. And as he turns around, pivots around, and looks at my group of friends, and he goes, you guys have been talking shit all night long. And when he gets to long, he's literally pointing right at me. And my buddy goes, dude, he just walked in like 5 seconds ago. And he goes, yeah, You've been talking trash all night long. And I said, did you hear what my buddy said? I go, I just walked in. And he steps right up on me. Now, I'm standing against a wall, and I got people on my right, people on my left, and I'm sitting there going, okay, here we go, right? And now the only advantage I had in this situation was that I wasn't drunk, right? I'm literally, this guy looks pretty drunk, and I'm sober. But he's 6'7", and he's angry, and he's angered at me. And so I've learned enough lessons to know that when a guy flinches, here comes the hand, right? Here comes the blow. Sure enough, he kind of flinches, and he throws this big overhand right. And I see it coming, and I kind of duck my head down, and I'm sliding against the back wall, and he hits me right here in the side of the head, like as hard as he can, just crushed in the side of the head. Now I'm in a catcher's crouch, right? And I'm in a catcher's crouch, and I see the guy reach, like cock his knee back. He's getting ready to knee me in the head, and I'm down, and I can see this guy's right about to knee me in the head. And so I see this knee coming, and I sidestep the knee, and LeBron and my other buddy Jim, who's a cop up in Portland, grab this guy. And it was like a vacuum to the front door. I mean, we all just went flying out the front door. The bouncer, moves aside. All of a sudden, we just like vacuumed out the front door. And I'm throwing blows on this one guy. My buddy Jimmy's throwing blows on this other guy. And I see LeBron, and he leans back. He hits this guy, hits the Viking-sized guy right in the solar plexus, like right beneath the chest plate. Right in the sternum, and you see the guy kind of like loses air, and then LeBron just comes around, boom, boom, 2 hits, and just boom, knees him right down, and the guy just 6'7", just fell like boom, right between 2 cars. Next thing we know, cops are there, and they arrested this guy. I mean, the bouncer said he saw it all. And so they literally, like, the cops come, the guy's totally knocked out. LeBron knocked him out between 2 cars, and the cops come over, and the bouncer points to the guy and this other guy who he was with, and said, those guys started a fight with these guys over there, and that guy right there finished it. And he points to LeBron. LeBron just looks over at the cops and is like, kind of like, what can I say? And they dragged the Viking-sized guy and his buddy to jail. It's classic. Wow. Seriously, I'm like, man. Awesome. I go, I've been here for 10 minutes, and we're already, got blood on our hands, and we're,
No concussion?
Yes. So I wasn't concussed, but the next day I'm like, oh my God, the side of my head. I looked, because I had a kind of a high fade, even maybe a little higher than it is now. And I just had this big old bruise right on the side of my head for this guy's fist. I mean, you don't think about it. If somebody hits you in open hand is one thing, but if somebody hits a fist right into the side of your head, I mean, you're going to get a bruise on the skull. So yeah, it was a pretty bad bruise. It was pretty, but whatever. The moral of the story is, hang out. If you're going out in the city, make sure you bring LeBron. Make sure you bring LeBron, because he's finished more fights than I think almost anybody I've ever seen. Man. It was funny too. In high school, there weren't a lot of fights. We all had IDs and stuff. We went to bars and that kind of thing. But there wasn't as many fights. When I went to Sac State, though, it's like every single night you would go out. It was like somebody would bump shoulders, and what'd you say to me? It was like gigantic. It was like every night was like fight night, and I never understood that. I never understood why people fought all the time in bars in Sac, and hardly ever would you see anybody fight in the city.
Wow.
But yeah, there you go, Tony D. Great story. Thank you.
Hey,
next time we get LeBron on, he can verify it and tell more about it.
Hey, speaking of issues with different people and the Padres, I heard Willard this morning on the game with Dibs. He was talking about he thinks the Giants should be making a phone call to San Diego and asking, what would it take? What do you want for Tatis?
I said this last night. How soon are we going to start hearing the Tatis to the Giants rumors?
Yeah, it was kind of interesting when you hear his theory, because
he's convinced that the Padres may move him, but I don't know about that. The only thing is we don't really know. I agree with Krueger. We don't really know exactly what Tatis, really is, because we don't know.
What is he off of the juice?
Yeah, what is he? Is he? And he's been hurt. And do the PED use have anything to do with the injuries? I don't know. Central Valley King donates $10
for healing or what? Yeah, who knows?
Is that just a thumbs up there?
It is to the story. You know what the thing is, though?
Central Valley King. There you go. Appreciate you, bro.
If this was the NFL, nobody would give a F. Nobody cares. You just move on. Julian Edelman gets popped for friggin' PEDs. Oh, okay. All I need to know is that he's out 4 games in fantasy.
Callie Hat says, was this at the Zebra Club in Sac? No, but I've been to the Zebra Club right there in Midtown.
And once again, David Ortiz is in the Hall of Fame. So who gives a shit? Yeah. Right? Like baseball, you got him in the hall. You're not going to.
I know it's what a cluster it is right now.
What a cluster! It's like,
it's like seriously, I don't even care about the hall. Baseball's done everything they can to devalue the hall.
Yeah,
I'm surprised Alex Rodriguez isn't in yet because he's on.
Oh,
TV.
I know, he's trying. I'll get on TV and I'll be. He's trying.
Who would the Giants have to trade? Wouldn't have to be as much at this point because
Danny, you're trying to make a trade. The trade deadline came and went
in the offseason. I mean, if you wanted to go get Tatis in the offseason,
I don't think you can trade him. You can't trade. Could you even trade for him while he's suspended?
Sure.
I don't know.
First of all, you're going to trade for a guy who's not going to play 80 games next year.
He's
got a fat contract and tons of injuries.
He's going to miss the first. He'll miss April.
Why suddenly because he had? So wait, now because he's had PEDs, the Giants want him. Why is that? How do you figure?
Well, you pretty much have to apologize about having Bonds. I mean, you got to pretty much
but I mean, just because they had Bonds doesn't mean they're Grand Central Station for everybody with PEDs. Tony D says, Larry, will you be filling in for Dibs when he's out on paternity leave? I believe that's the plan, Tony. So look for that in September. Congrats to Dibs, who's having a baby. Dibs is a good man and known him for years. And I think he will be out for a few weeks in September, I was told. So I won't be on there anymore this week. And I don't think next week, but I think I'm sitting in the week after that for a few days. And then, of course, I'll be doing pregame once the Niners get rolling with Low Neal. So look for that. Yeah. And then I'm doing a couple days with Damon later this month, I think. I have to check the schedule. But, yeah, when Dibs is out, I'll be sitting in for Dibs, I think.
I actually called at one point today because I was listening to Steiny, and they were talking about Lance. And
he's saying, what if Lance doesn't have the same record as Jimmy? And
he actually said he made one comment that really caught me. And I says, what are you talking about, Steiny? He said, Lance didn't have this great college career. And I'm like, wait a minute. The guy went 16-0, 28 touchdown passes, no interceptions, didn't lose a game, undefeated. And he was like MVP. I know it was 1 year and it was a smaller college. He was saying in comparison, he wasn't no Trevor Lawrence. Yeah, he wasn't Trevor Lawrence who played at Clemson and, tore it up for, 3 years. But he did have a great college career while he was in college. I mean,
yeah, I mean, I think it's too high of expectations to think that Trey's going to be better than Jimmy was last year. That's just
I don't see. I don't. I think Jimmy. I think Trey is definitely better than Jimmy. I think he's definitely going to show that he's better than Jimmy. I think it's not going to. It's not going to take that long.
He has a different skill set. He has a much better skill set, right?
Well, I think he's smarter. I mean, I think he's a smarter player. I think it's going to show over time too. I think he's not going to make the. He's not going to make the same mistakes. I mean, Jimmy's one of these guys that, the word I heard from the people around the team that I've talked to is that it's like that he's a leader and the guys like him, but that, there are more cerebral quarterbacks. And I just think that Trey is one of these guys that he's a second generation pro football player. And so there's an intelligence that comes with that, I think you're going to see.
I think part of that though also is some of the Shanahan offense. Like you have to be, it's his system. Like it's like there's no real room for nuance and creativity.
Did you hear Louis Riddick? Did you hear what Louis Riddick said yesterday?
I did.
No.
I did. Whoa. Louis Riddick is he thinks Trey's going to be Mahomes, and I think he's on the Mahomes. I think that's a great comparison. I think they're very similar. I mean, Mahomes is Mahomes.
I said that when he was in
these
college.
expectations though are freaking nuts. The guy is not. He's played 2 games in the NFL.
Well, of course. I mean, you have to let it play out. I mean, it's all this
I
is.
respect Riddick. I respect.
And not only that, I respect anybody who's willing to go on the record with their assessment before we know. Yeah, after we know he's great, I don't care how many doofuses get on the camera and go, "Hey, guess what? The guy who's great, yeah, he's great." That's terrific. I respect the people right now who can sit there and put their what's on the line and say, you know what, we don't know what he is, but I'll tell you what I think he is. I think he's this. That means way more to me than the guy who's going to wait till week 8 when the guy's got 15 touchdowns and 1 pick and the Niners are 7-1 and all of a sudden it's like, you know what, I think Trey's one of the great young quarterbacks. Great. Now that you've seen it play out, you know what I'm saying? It's like. Don't you have a higher level of respect for the guy who can handicap it in advance? I do.
It depends on the person because there are a lot of people out there. I feel like that they hook themselves to the Trey's going to be great thing because if it cashes in, then all of a sudden, boom, that is a lot more credibility. And if it doesn't work out, then you've already created a straw man, so you can rip on him because you had these high expectations.
Totally. I don't look at Louis Riddick like that, though. I feel like he's pretty distinguished, and he doesn't throw. I don't feel like he's out for clicks or out for hot takes or shit. Like he's one of the guys. I mean, he almost had a couple GM jobs 2 years ago.
Yeah, I mean, he's a personnel evaluator. Central Valley King donates another $10. Thanks for the late night content. We appreciate it, fellas. So, Sean, I noticed that you picked up a sack of potatoes there.
Yeah. The 3-year-old Wes. This is Wesley
man.
Jack.
Dude, I missed those days. Oh,
What's
really?
his first name?
Wesley. His first name's Wesley. His middle name's Jack. Wesley Jack.
Oh, okay. I got a grandson named Weston, like Western Richburg.
Yeah,
nice.
So I heard him in his room, and he was like, "I want daddy," and I was like, "Okay, well, I don't want to just bounce without saying goodbye to you guys." So I had. Is
he still awake or is he out?
Let's see.
Oh, he's awake. There you go. How you doing, buddy? It's a great enjoy that age because I'm at the point where they would only hug me like that if they wanted the car keys.
Yeah, or a donation for the.
He's got his first soccer practice.
Some fundraiser.
Week.
Really?
Oh, yeah,
You're already getting him out on the soccer field.
Yeah, I was never big into soccer when I was little. I hated the running, so I just played baseball my whole life. But
right.
What position, Sean?
I was a shortstop and a right fielder.
Oh, cool! I
went to Bellarmine.
Center.
Did you? You're a Bell?
I'm a Bell.
We used to have the crack the bells. I actually went down there to Bellarmine. I went to SI.
Okay,
but
awesome.
I didn't realize Bellarmine used to be you could some kids boarded there.
So yeah,
there were kids that was years ago, right?
It was on the same campus as Santa Clara.
Didn't some kids live at Bellarmine? Didn't they?
Yeah. So the very beginning, it was on the campus of University of Santa Clara, and then they moved across the street to the other side of Highway 17. But in the very beginning, it was a boarding house.
I always respected Bellarmine though because it's a good school, man. It's a good school.
It was good. Yeah, I played on the same team as Kevin Franzen.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
There you go.
I was right. I came 1 year after Pat Burrell graduated.
Yeah. So I remember, I go further back than you. I'm older. I remember watching S.I. Bellarmine play at West Sunset when Bellarmine's third baseman was a guy named Billy Owens.
Billy Owens was amazing.
Billy Owens, not Billy Owens who played for the Warriors, a different Billy Owens. The Billy Owens who worked for Billy Bean as an A's front office guy. And he's a friend of mine to this day. But Billy Owens was an incredible third baseman in the WCL. And I think went on to U of A maybe. And then was drafted by the Orioles, I think.
Seeing his name on plaques at the school.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, look at this. Did we already do this?
Carlo P. By the way, Carlo P. here.
The member.
Carlo P. Brand new YouTube member.
Long overdue.
Seriously. Carlo P. Welcome to the club, bro. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Hey, this has been a fun live stream, guys. This really has been.
It's been awesome.
Somebody asked me here, what is it? WCL story time. Okay, we can talk WCL story. Mark Graves, Larry, if your kids give you a hug, hang on to your wallet. Yeah, exactly. Somebody asked you.
I was talking to my brother today, Larry, and we were doing that show last night where we talked about the most agonizing losses in sports.
Right.
Sean, did you pop in one with that? Did you have one?
So what was the?
What's the most
the loss in your sport as a sports fan that gnaws at you to this day?
So there's two that stand out. Obviously, with the Kyrie shot, just because I had a ton of money on that. I even had more money on the 2019 Super Bowl. I had Joey Bosa. This is my least favorite bet. I had Joey Bosa. I'm sorry, Nick Bosa at 45-1 to win MVP. And I convinced myself that if they win that Super Bowl, he wins the MVP.
If he sacks Mahomes on that 3rd and 15, doesn't get held.
They didn't hold him so much.
The entire fucking game.
I know.
The entire game. Eric Fisher had his fucking hand in his plate the whole game.
Look at your kids. Like, sees you swearing about Nick Bosa. He gives him dirty look
about it. But I think the one that hits the hardest is probably 02 World Series.
That was mine.
Yeah.
That was mine.
My dad was, had the season tickets. I lost my dad in 07 when I took over his seats. But
sorry to hear that.
Thank you. But it was kind of painful. He took my stepmom to the games. And not me. I was at school in Southern California, so I was like 10 minutes away from Anaheim Stadium. But obviously in college, didn't have a lot of money.
I relate so much to that, Clarence Beeks.
Yeah, to go to the World Series, and so and I wanted the team to win so bad because I've been a Giants fan my entire life, growing up with my dad, and that one crushed. That one crushed.
Hey, Spider 8 says S.I. and Bellarmine, both Jesuit schools. Indeed.
So
hey, Spider 8 says Dan Pastorini went to Bellarmine.
Yeah.
Pastorini had a hose, man. Matt Pastorini.
Number 7, Houston Oilers.
Yeah, I can remember watching Pastorini battle Bob Greasy on Monday Night Football back in the day, and it was like
baby
Dan
blue
Pastorino had
uniforms.
an absolute gun. He would go up top to 00 Kenny Burrow. Those are good. Those are good memories for sure.
What was yours? 02 as well.
Mine was 02.
Danny's was 02. Rye, what was your biggest?
16 Warriors.
16 Warriors. I went with Harbaugh, the Super Bowl
or 12.
I gotta say though,
and game number 162 of 1993. Where the Giants lost like 11-1 to the Dodgers, and Piazza hit one out of Dodger Stadium to left.
Okay, wait. I got a quick 8th grade CYO hoops. So in Moraga, St. Monica's our little town, whatever. So the Lafayette team was like also my buddies, and they won in the whole Oakland Diocese in sixth grade and 7th grade. We lost the championship in both. 8th grade year, we were definitely the best team. Freaking semifinals game, we're up like 19. There was no reason for it. A kid got a breakaway layup, and I like fouled him like really hard for some reason, like just to like make sure he couldn't even get a shot up. And it was just like we were I was so like locked in and freaking fired up, and I got suspended because it's CYO. I got suspended for the championship game. It was our year. Yeah.
We had to like Draymond?
They had to like shuttle me out because it was verse I got like the whole crowd like started booing, and they had to like freaking like escort me out the back.
Were you coming at him afterwards?
Yeah. No, I wasn't. No, it was just like it was one of those weird, like, it was a small gym. There wasn't like much room behind, like, from like the backboard to like the wall, and the wall was padded. But
So
then
you could relate to Draymond.
yeah, the kid like hit the door, like this one part that wasn't padded, and like was like pretty hurt. And so I mean, I kind of understand it, actually. But.
Brian, you're tall. You look tall. Are you tall?
Yeah, tall. You're about 6'4", right? 6'5".
I'm 6'5".
Were you a tall kid?
Yeah, like
did you,
6'2". I was like, no, I was like 6'2" in 8th grade, and then I'd say I was probably 6'5", maybe junior year.
That's 6'2" is pretty big for an 8th grader.
Yeah, but 130 pounds.
Okay. Oh, you were
after swine flu.
You were Chet Holmgren.
I was Chet Holmgren. Oh my God! My sister was Chet Holmgren because she was 6'3". She's 6'3". She got to 6'3", and she was like the same thing, like 115.
I watched some of her.
Your sister is 6'3".
Yes.
Yeah. Have you seen? You go check her out on YouTube. I watched her volleyball because the day we did the golf tourney up in.
You don't see a lot of 6'3" girls.
Isn't that, Dan? Isn't it like shocking? It's like, what the hell? Like it'd be like if I was like 6'9".
I went ahead and I checked out on.
Can you dunk? That's the 49er minded wants to know if you can dunk.
Yeah, but sadly, honestly, my knees are probably so unstable at this point because I just never run that I don't know if I could dunk off one, but I could definitely dunk if I was just standing underneath the hoop. I could dunk off two. Yes,
really?
I was.
Anonymous. Right. Were you ever teabagged by LeBron? Yeah, great. So look at Carlo P. Carlo P is now a new member, and he's now donating. He donates $10. He says, in Utah, at my son's baseball game earlier, another kid points out they have the same Giants backpack. Kid says his favorite is Yaz. My son says Craw. Had a feeling something special might happen after that. Nice. Yeah, that's good to hear. Good to hear. Carlo, welcome aboard, by the way.
Yeah, for sure. So on a similar thing, not quite as bad as like the Super Bowl or losing the World Series, but I was at the game with my dad in LA where Steve Finley hit the grand slam to knock the Giants out of the playoffs.
Off Wayne Franklin.
Oh,
that was painful.
So that one was really bad because I was there, right? And I had to hear all the Dodgers.
The walk off to clinch a playoff berth for the Dodgers, right?
And
that was sick.
It ruined the Giants season.
When I was talking to my brother today, and he, Steve, he's been on with the during the Warriors season and stuff, and he said it reminded him when we asked the question, "What was your worst loss?" He says all he could think of was all of his worst losses as a coach.
I'm sure.
He said it was the 0-2 definitely come up with the Giants, but his personally he was like when you're a coach at that level,
you're a coach, it's
tough loss.
DJ Venus or Carlo P donates $5. Is following DJ Venus's lead, one more spot in the league. Hey, possibly we can see if we can work that out. I will say this as far as coaching: when you coach, you are invested on a different level. I coach one of my most incredible sports memories. I was coaching. This was when I was in high school. They asked me, "Hey, will you coach 5th grade basketball?" Right? I was like a sophomore in high school, and so me and my buddy are like, "Yeah, we'll coach high school we'll coach grammar school basketball." So we had this 5th grade team. We wind up in the city championship at Mission Dolores, and we are down 2 points with like 16 seconds left in the game. We have the ball. I call a timeout, and I kind of knew that the other coach was going to be this kind of chicken-ass kind of guy, right? So I'm like, you know what? I bet you anything this guy's going to wind up trying to foul our guys, even though it's 5th grade, right? I mean, I think it's kind of chicken. To me, it's like, hey, play defense and let us put up a shot. And if we make it, we make it. And if we miss it, we miss it. But he did the thing that so I tell my team, sit down for a second. I'm talking to my assistant coach, and I go, you know what? I go, why don't we do this? And he goes, you know what? He's going to foul. He's going to foul our guy. I'm like, oh man, that's so weak. It's 5th grade. So he's going to foul our guy and send him to the line knowing that 5th graders don't make free throws. He's like, he looks like that kind of guy. So sure enough, I designed this play. I got 2 guys in the backcourt, 2 guys at half court,
and one guy inbounding the ball in the backcourt and one guy dribbling the ball. So I say to the kid, I'm like, hey, you inbound to JC and just follow behind him 5 feet. I go, JC, drive as far in as you possibly can and see if you can get a layup. If you can't get a layup, this kid's going to be following behind you. As soon as you get tied up, just pass it back to him. And this was our one kid that had like strength and could shoot a 3. So I'm like, and we didn't have 3s. It was only 2s. So I'm like, just flip it back to him and let him take an outside shot. So sure enough, we inbound the ball in the backcourt and they fouled. They fouled my guy. So now we're down 1 and there's like 5 seconds left, but we're going to the foul line. Oh my God, I was so pissed. So I called a timeout. They come back to the bench and I go up to this kid. And this kid was really, really mature for 5th grade. And
mature or immature?
Very mature. I mean, I think he had like an 8th grade girlfriend that used to come and watch our practices.
Nice.
I mean, I'm not even joking. Nice. So I look right at the kid and he was super competitive. He was like insanely competitive. And I look right at the kid and I go, look, after you make these 2 free throws, we're just going to get back. We're not going to play any defense. So, and then he gave me this look kind of like you're expecting me to make these free throws. And I said, yeah. I said, you heard me right. After you make these free throws, we're just going to run back. We're not going to play any defense. And then I turned to the team. I'm like, after JC makes these free throws, nobody foul, just get back and we'll take our chances. So he goes to the line. He makes both.
Yes, he does.
He's a 5th grader and he made both free throws.
Yeah, his little 8th grade honey was watching.
It was unbelievable. I mean, I could still smell the Mama Celeste burnt pizza in the gym at Mission Dolores. They used to have a snack bar. They'd burn these Mama Celeste pizzas, and you could smell that terrible smell. He made both free throws. We got back on defense. They came down, threw up a prayer, didn't airball. We wound up winning the 5th grade city title on that. And we went to shake hands. And I said to the coach, I'm like, you had to foul there? You had to foul there? And he's like, yeah, no, sorry, coach. I didn't want to foul there, but I thought it was our best chance to win. I'm like, well, you fouled the wrong kid, I guess, huh? And you kind of shook hands. I mean, seriously, most of the kids on my team couldn't even get the ball over the rim 2 times in a row from the free throw line. We're talking about 5th graders who can't even shoot like this. They got to kind of wind up and kind of, And this kid,
except for that star,
except for this kid, he went to the line and made both. And his dad came up to me and he's like, yeah, he's a really competitive kid. I go, I know. I figured that out like at the first practice. I mean, the kid wanted to win every single thing. And it was one of those things where, like you get to know kids after a while. If we were just playing, he was just okay. If I put any kind of competition, whoever makes this shot can finish practice, anything where they were competing, he won all year long. It was amazing. So, I mean, I remember saying to my buddy, I'm like, man, we're going to watch a lot of sports, but man, that's as good as any pro sport. That's as good as any college sport. A 5th grader just made 2 free throws with the city title on the line. And my buddy Todd was like, I know, it's amazing. Absolutely amazing. So that to me was one of my favorites. And as a coach, there's just a different deal when you're coaching them because it's like you take ownership of it. It's like, but it's not you. But at the same time, you're like, hey, we just want to put the kids in position to win. So anyway,
a little extra pride.
Yeah, a little extra pride and a little extra. I'm a competitive guy too, so I want to win. So that's just that. 49er minded. Hack a 5th grade Shaq. Yeah, exactly. The guy thought he was going to hack. I mean, seriously, you see NBA players go to the, get fouled in key situations. They don't make both.
Aside from Steph Curry, you can pretty much count on them.
Yeah, Jordan Poole and Steph make both. Like, Draymond's going to miss 1 of 2. I mean, everybody's going to miss 1 of 2.
I feel like Andrew Wiggins misses 1 of 2 almost every time.
Yeah,
exactly. I look up and I'm like, this guy's got to be shooting 50% from the line, and he's not. But it feels like every time he's missing 1 or 2, except for
it's pretty amazing. Yeah.
Steve Vicio says, Larry, you saw my son make 2 free throws in a championship game at Lick Wilmerding. You mentioned it on the radio once. I don't remember that.
Whoa.
I don't remember that. 49er minded, you make these free throws and you get a burnt Mama Celeste pizza after the game.
Or
Do you guys
chicken
remember
ass.
the Mama Celeste?
Oh, yeah.
Larry was
Yeah,
passing
this-
out completes, Hormel completes back in.
Every
Exactly.
single snack shack had Mama Celeste.
Oh my God. And these people would burn it and then it would just like fill the gym with that burnt pizza smell. And the gyms were always like barely heated, so they were kind of chilly with like a burnt Mama Celeste. Mission Dolores, I can just remember playing there. It was just like, you got to be kidding me. All right, guys, good stuff, man. Why don't we do this? We'll let Sean get on with his night, and then we'll pay our bills and get on with our night.
Great job.
Sean, good to see you, bro.
Yeah.
Good to see you.
Good to see you too.
Take
Go
care of that
Niners.
little
Go
monster of
Giants.
yours.
This
Again?
live stream was the best vibes of all time.
Yeah, seriously. I said, take care of that little monster of yours. I said.
Yeah, he's
Where is he?
He's out over here. He's
Oh,
sleeping.
you little Austin
Look at that.
wins.
Yeah, I put him down. I'll go.
Appreciate those young ages, man, because they grow up. They grow up and they talk back. They talk back and they get a little nasty sometimes.
Yeah. Right.
Good to see you, brother.
Good to see you too. Thanks for everything, guys.
All right, guy. Have a good night. There we go. Sean Proctor.
Yeah, it was just
jumping in.
interesting when you're talking about coaching. I just looked up some of the things. I didn't realize there was this article out on my brother, who I was talking to earlier about this. And, he retired in 2020 after 30 years at DVC, but he's the third winningest junior college coach in the state of California with 659 wins,
That's
12 conference
awesome.
titles. Mo Charlo, who was actually his probably his best player he ever had. Mo Charlo actually had a tryout with the Warriors and then ended up playing in the D League. But guys really love my brother because he really cared for those guys, but he worked them hard. He worked them hard because he played.
It's all, it's just like anything else. It's about relating and getting people to relate to you and trying to figure out what motivates somebody or what helps them learn. And I always loved it. I always loved coaching. I loved it until the parents got nuts, I mean, so I ever told you this when I was coaching baseball and it was like 4th grade baseball, maybe 6th grade baseball. And, so, I have a firm belief that in the 5th, as a kids, the best way to teach baseball to kids is let them play every position, right?
Yeah.
Because then they get to play first and second. And then I don't want the kid at the end of the year going, I wanted to play second all year and you put me in right field, So, and I don't want any pushback from the parents. So I used to tell them, hey, guys, we're going to rotate through. And, and if I see you're great at one position, maybe I'll put you there. But ultimately, I'm just going to let everybody play different positions. And I told the parents as much.
So Gabe really got his coaching style from you.
Right, exactly. Okay. So I'm at this field. And I tell everybody, okay, now, you're at first, you're at second, you're at third. Okay, so now I'm doing a little inventory, and I look around the field, and I got a first baseman, I got a second baseman, shortstop, third baseman, catcher, left fielder, center fielder, right field. Oh, wait a second, no right fielder. Where's my right fielder? I'm like, wait a second. I look at my bench, and I got nobody on the bench. I'm like, where's my right fielder? And then I'm looking at, is there a bathroom or something nearby or a snack shack or something? And so I call time. Hold on up. We don't have a right fielder. I look around. I don't see him. I don't see my kid. I don't see the kid. And I'm like, who's not here that we had last inning? And I'm looking around. And I looked down because it was like a big grassy hill and the cars were all parked on the street below. I looked down and in this yellow sports car, probably, I don't know what kind of sports car it was, Ferrari or something. It was a private school. This kid is my right fielder's in the front seat of his Ferrari. And his mom sees him down there sitting in the front seat. And I say, she's like looking around because she's panicked because now she realizes it's her kid that's not on the field. And she's looking around. She's kind of panicked. And I go, ma'am, he's in the front seat of your car down there. And she sprints from the first base side of the field across the field at me. I'm standing in the third base dugout. And luckily, the athletic director is there as well. The athletic director is sitting right there next to me. She sprints over, and at the top of her lungs, she yells, "He's a third baseman!" What? I said, I asked him to play right field. She's like, I know, he is a third baseman. She's like deadly serious. We get him, fish him out of the car, put him in right field. He's like kind of like in tears and this and that. She starts screaming at me after the inning's over. He's a third baseman. He's a third baseman. And the athletic director, Greg Sinclair, great guy. And he goes, hey, calm down. You know, this is, fifth grade, sixth grade baseball. I go, he's the coach. He's moving guys around. He'll play third some innings. Some innings he's going to play right field. Some innings he's going to pitch. Some innings he's going to move him around. He's like, this is unacceptable. You can't just yell screaming at the coach that your son's a third baseman. And I was just like, I was floored. And right then I kind of decided, you know what? Maybe the coaching is not for me.
That's pretty tough.
Parents are just, they're getting to a point where it's just like, all right.
Yeah.
I think I've had my fill of it.
Speaking of telling the coach what to do, Rye, play that real quick. That thing I sent you.
Playing it right now.
Carlo,
this is awesome.
Let
me set this up before you play it. Don't hit play. Okay, so the White Sox, there's a guy on second. It doesn't tell the whole thing, but I'm assuming it must be late in the game. And there's this fan right here, this guy with the blue sweatshirt and the gray hair. See him right there? There's a guy with the phone, holding his phone in his left hand. And just to the right, the guy with the gray hair starts yelling to La Russa. And just watch La Russa's action. It's hilarious. Go.
All right.
Tony, run Angle. Get Angle in there. Get Angle.
Watch Tony.
What the fuck is happening? Time out. Oh, he's gonna pinch run. He's getting Angle's pitch. And he called it. And he's doing it.
Goes Angle. That is awesome. That is awesome. So a White Sox fan at home tells La Russa to pinch run, and La Russa pinch ran.
La Russa's like, what? And then all of a sudden he calls timeout. La Russa is going timeout to the ump. Hey, Angle, get in there.
Hey, Tony, run Angle. Get Angle in there. Get Angle.
Oh, that is beautiful. That is beautiful.
Yeah.
A fan reminded him that he could pinch run, and he opted to do it.
He must have been sleeping. He must have fell asleep again.
Well, that's what somebody was saying in the tweet. It was like, was La Russa had to wake up? Because, I was thinking that tonight when Longoria got that double, I was like, a base hit. The Giants need a hit, right? They haven't scored at all. And if they get a base hit, it's likely Longoria won't get home. He hit that, what was it, the seventh inning? He doubled Longoria tonight?
Yes.
Yeah, with one out or something?
Yes.
No out?
No, I think it was with no outs, but then we got one out. Yeah.
I was thinking, then there was the fly ball to right field, right? That I was thinking.
Yeah, the Joey Bart hit?
Yeah, that I was thinking a fast guy might have tagged up, and got the third.
Yes.
With less than two out. And I was thinking, you got to score. You got to get one run. And I'm thinking, now's the time to pinch run. But then I'm thinking, who do they have?
I know. And then Estrada laid down that sweet bunt to move him over, but like that, it's just we needed the other base.
That's what's got to change next year is speed. They have got to get more athletic and younger.
And then Bart hit it right in, deep fly ball to right field.
Yeah,
would have totally scored him.
He would have. Yeah. It was like,
that was awesome.
Man.
That was awesome.
Wasn't that funny? I mean, hey, Tony.
That is too good.
He's 77 years old. He needed a cat nap. Why are we always crushing old people, by the way? In other societies, they honor old people. Hey,
Joe Biden.
Yeah, well, don't get me going. Hey, one thing I do want to mention. Did you guys see today that the legendary basketball coach Pete Carril passed? Pete Carril, guys. Pete Carril coached at Princeton.
Yeah, Princeton.
They had some. Talk about if you wanted to see a team play fundamental ball and go backdoor for days. Right. I would love to get Steve's thoughts on Pete Carril, because didn't they pull off the upset against UCLA in the tourney one year?
I think
Didn't Princeton pull the upset? Pete Carril, and then he joined the Sacramento Kings. He was just an awesome basketball coach. Really awesome.
Did he invent the Princeton offense?
I was looking at.
He just coached these guys to to slip back door, and it was unbelievable how many backdoor layups Princeton used to get playing their half court style. It was incredible. Absolutely
the Warriors,
Pete Carril.
The Warriors offense definitely still uses a lot of elements of the Princeton style offense, all those cuts.
Yeah. Princeton offense, 4-corner backdoor, amazing ball rotation and picks. Hey, spy to 8. Yeah, no question.
Yeah.
He invented Princeton's offense and the user of the pick and roll. I mean, just a basketball genius, a savant.
Are we gonna? Yeah, we could talk about it when we finish.
We got to get off.
Let's pay the bills. Let's pay the bills, and then we'll have one final thought coming up next on the Krueg Show. And here it is.
Larry Krueger here for Telmetrics. Thanks to Casey Bateman and the good people at Telmetrics. If you're an occupational therapist, if you're an orthopedic surgeon, a chiropractor, a physical therapist of any kind, Telmetrics is designed for you to use in your practice and will greatly benefit your patients. Telmetrics uses computer vision and artificial intelligence and provides a platform for outpatient rehab therapy services, both in the clinical and the telehealth environments. So using Telmetrics can improve your patient's experience and much more. So for all your sports injury needs, or if you're a physical rehabilitation specialist of any kind, call and make sure you use telmetrics.co, TELMETRIX.co. And thanks to Casey Bateman and all the good people at Telmetrics for being a proud sponsor of the Krueg. I'd like to thank our sponsor, Dan Coccimilgio. Dan is a buddy, and he is a phenomenal retirement planning specialist. And you can contact him today at securemoney.com or at his number 925-628-9966. There's a lot of uncertainty in our world right now, and you want to make sure that your money is secure. That is the key. Danny's got 25 years of experience, born and raised right here in the Bay Area, and he can help you get an immediate 10% premium bonus on your principal retirement account. So give him a call, 925-628-9966. He'll make an appointment with you, and you can sit down. It's not a one-size-fits-all kind of a deal. He'll consult with you and come up with a strategy to get you going to where you want to be. Once again, 925-628-9966, securemoney.com on the web. And thanks to Dan Coccimilgio and all the people at Secure Money. And thanks to Tony Cassera and the good people at Cassera's Italian Menswear. They are housing the Krueg Show t-shirts, and they're a proud sponsor of the show as well. The Krueg Show t-shirt, the Krueg Show podcast t-shirt is available there at their store in Dublin. Their address is 7372 San Ramon Road in Dublin, California. And go see Tony Cassera and get yourself a Krueg Show t-shirt and support the show. And special thanks to our sponsor, New York Style Italian Sausage. That's right, NewYorkStyleSausage.com is their website. Phenomenal product, whether it's the breakfast sausage, the Italian mild, the Italian spicy, the chorizo. You cannot go wrong with New York Style Italian Sausage. Once again, NewYorkStyleSausage.com. Often imitated, never equaled.
So New York Style Sausage was started over 70 years ago. We are the largest producer of fresh Italian sausage on the West Coast.
What makes our sausage in New York style is really the recipe came from back east, from New York, from Connecticut.
If you look at all of our labels, there's maximum 4 or 5 ingredients, which we're really proud of.
There's no preservatives, no MSG, fresh in, fresh out.
The pork comes in fresh, goes out fresh. There's never any freezing throughout the process. We've always used fine quality cuts. We're never going to deter from that. It's one of the reasons why our sausage is so good. I guarantee you put our sausage up against anybody else's from a flavor standpoint, no one will beat it. Hands down.
Hey, do yourself a favor and do me a favor. Go buy a package of the New York style Italian sausage. Guaranteed you will love it. Guaranteed.
All right, welcome back to the Krueg Show. Final home stretch here. Dan Coccimilgio, Ryan Smith. This has been a fun live stream. Let's do one more roll through the chat. But Joey Bart has completely settled this team, according to Callie Hatz. I kind of agree with that. Matthew Mears says, yes, sir, I will buy the sausage. Hey, Spida says, wink me to sleep, Pasquale. There you go. Let's see. Callie Hat's telling you guys there was a vibe at the yard tonight. Something is brewing over at 3rd and King. We felt it. Rye was there. We kind of felt it. We saw him kind of find his way home via the car, and then we've had a great live stream tonight. So, and Dusty says, love your bar stories, Larry. You were a badass. I wasn't the badass. I'm the guy who got hit in the side of the head. LeBron was the badass who took down this Viking size, whatever you want to call him. DJ Venus says, thanks, fellas. Anyway, guys, you got a final thought on this one? We got Jimmy Mole tonight. We had Sean. We had LeBron. What's this guy saying?
Oh, wait. Oops. Oh, dang it.
Was that you at the game?
Oh, yeah, it's the wrong video. Whatever. I'll have it ready for tomorrow.
Mark Graves says, awesome show tonight. Yeah, you know what? I don't know how you guys felt about it, but I really enjoyed tonight's show. Now, granted, I had a couple of my college buddies in there, and Sean's become our buddy, and we've got a bunch of new people joining the show. Vicky Boone. Vicky, welcome aboard. She says goodnight. She wants to be in the fantasy league. DJ Venus, thanks, fellas. He wants to be in the fantasy league. Mark says, awesome show. It really was fun. It was fun. We've had more people in the chats before. We've done bigger donations, but tonight was a really fun vibe. And it was good to see the Giants win. Carlo P. Ryan now is to leave everything in the 9th inning. You guys got a final thought on this one before we call it quits for the night here at 10 to 1? It's 10 to 1. We've been going for 3 hours.
I'll share and then let Ryan kind of finish off since he was there tonight. But Giants, baseball is such a funny game. I've seen this over and over again where teams just get on rolls for some reason and things start clicking and people start feeling better. And 2 walk-off home runs, 2-run homers, down by 1 in 3 games. I said to Rye before, I said, something weird's going on here, man. That's this is fun stuff. So I don't know what's going to end up happening, but I'm putting it this way. The Padres have 9 games before they come to San Francisco on the 29th for a 3-game series. Giants have 10. I'm predicting the Padres go 5-4 in those 9 games. They've got 1 more tomorrow against Miami. Then they come home to the Nats, 3 against the Nationals. I think they'll win 2 of 3. Somehow I think the Nats will get 1. They have a 2-game series at home against Cleveland. I think they'll split. Then they have 3 in Kansas City, and I think they win 2 of 3 there. So I think they're going to go 5-4. Giants have 2 more with Arizona, with our aces going. I think they win both those. Then they go to Colorado for 3, and I think they get 2 of 3 in Colorado. So that's 4 wins. Then they go to Detroit for 2, and I think they split there, and they're 5. There's a 5th win, and then 3 in Minnesota, and I think they take 2 of 3 in Minnesota. They go 7-3. Padres go 5-4. Giants gain a game and a half. and they enter the series with San Diego 3 behind the Padres, which could set up for some fun season.
They could sweep head to head. Rye, you got a final thought? You were there tonight.
Yeah, my final thought was, to be honest, there were a lot of people left in the 8th. I was like, I have a video of it. Like, I was like, I started at the scoreboard. I was like, close game, bottom of the 8th, 1 run to 0. And, oh, look at this ruckus crowd. And then I just pan around. There's like not that many people in there. That said, I thought there was a great general vibe at the ballpark. Like, everybody was having fun. Everybody was smiling. I thought it was just like a jolly, everybody that was there was like there for the baseball and just to have a good time. And I don't know. I thought it was kind of a lively, fun crowd, even though there wasn't, it wasn't 40,000. So I think there's something brewing.
Well, definitely. It feels like it. And if it's the beginning of something, that would be very, very cool. Dusty Gold says, raging show as usual, guys. Callie Hatz says, great show tonight. If you are currently in the chat right now, and I've looked at some of the numbers, if you're in the chat and you've yet to subscribe to the show, if you could do us a favor and hit like and subscribe, that would be great. It doesn't cost anything to subscribe. If you subscribe, all it will do is it will just alert you every time we're going live. So we don't beat you up with all kinds of commercials or this or that.
Yeah, and we're pushing 6,000 subscribers.
Yeah, we're getting close to 6,000. If we right now, there's a little bit less than 100 people still in the room. But if you've been watching the live stream and for whatever reason, good or bad, whatever, you haven't yet subscribed, hit the subscribe button, become a subscriber, and all that will do is every time we start a live stream, you will be alerted that we are starting one. It doesn't cost you a penny. And then, of course, if you want to be a channel member, that does cost $4.99 a month. But play fantasy with us. Play fantasy with us. And also, we're going to have special stuff coming up on the Niners that you're going to want to be, part of our club, if you will, one of our, not just a subscriber, but one of our channel members. You're going to get some special content that some of the other people won't get. So that's why you become a member, and definitely hit subscribe. It helps the channel. And then I would say tomorrow is going to be a great day. Niners are going to be practicing in Minnesota. I'm not in Minnesota, but Matt Barrows is. And Matt Barrows is going to join us tomorrow after practice and give us a rundown. So hopefully you can join us. Probably Rye will be along for that. We're also going to have Vish stopping by tomorrow night at 8 o'clock. So we haven't talked to Vish in a while. We're going to get Vish's thoughts on the Niners Packers in the early preseason. And then Jack Hammer is going to be with us tomorrow as well. So we're going to go 3 Niner live streams. And then the Giants D-backs go tomorrow night at what time? Same time as tonight? 6:45. Yeah. So the 3 of us will be back tomorrow night after. So I'm going 4 live streams tomorrow, 3 on the Niners, 1 on the Giants and the D-backs. So we got a lot to do. We didn't really do anything besides this today, kind of laid low, took care of some business. But back tomorrow doing a lot of 49ers when they hit the practice field, and we should have some news from Minneapolis as far as how they looked against Minnesota and the head-to-head practices. And who knows? We're all on standby waiting on the Jimmy Garoppolo trade, probably to the Browns.
3 hours, by the way.
They cut the Arizona first-round draft pick from
Robert Kimdiche, who was sitting right next to us at the event that Ryan and I went to on Sunday. Yeah. Robert Kimdiche cut today.
What was it? What do you think that was about?
No way.
Yeah, they cut him today.
No way.
Yeah,
yep.
What do you think that was about?
I think he probably
or what? With some other team, or what's the deal?
I think it's partially because they're healthier. They were worried about the health of Armstead and some of the D tackles that all kind of got hurt at once. So I think in some ways he was a camp body, but I think ultimately, Kimdiche has got talent, but I don't know that he fits in as far as his personality. It seems like teams get tired of his personality. He was heckling Eric Armstead during the event.
I've got video of it. It's hilarious. He was the one guy that was just screaming and heckling. I thought it was hilarious. He's like, yeah, Trey. Like he was giving Trey fake fan claps for Trey and Armstead. And I heard him come and be like, hey man, like I'll be back in a second. Like I gotta go grab a dip. Like he seems like he's just out of it. He's all over the place, but in a good way. So I
think he runs a little hot. 49er minded said, I heard Kyle yelled at Kemdiche in practice a few times for tackling people to the ground. There was a fight at Niner practice a few weeks ago. Kemdiche had been there for like 24 hours. He was like right in the middle of it. So I don't know. I won't speculate what the deal is. I just think there's something beyond his football talent that makes teams say goodbye to Robert Kemdiche. And Chardal says, are you going to have callers for the 4 live streams? Yeah, we are. We'll do, I don't know about callers, but we'll do chat. I don't know if we'll do callers because that takes a little bit more coordination and takes away a little bit from the guest. And I don't want to do that to Matt or Vish or to Jack Hammer. But I'll tell you right now, between Matt Barrows, Vish Kumaran, and Jack Hammer, you got 3 guys who are all over the Niners story. And we'll get a lot of perspective. So I'm really looking forward to it. And guys, great night. Thanks to everybody involved.
I got one more good one to play to close out the show tonight.
Go ahead,
Rye. I just sent it to you text. Play it as our play out. This is Jaylene Crawford tweet saying, "Walk off, baby. There may be tired at school tomorrow." This is cute. So play that for our closing out with. Okay.
Oh, that is cute. That's Daddy. Daddy, it went out.
That's so wholesome.
Look at that.
That's the Arizona announcer. She's down here.
Oh, that is cool. That is cool.
She's down here. She's watching on Valley Sports down here because that's what Arizona. We don't get the Giants feed when they're in Arizona when they're playing Arizona. So.
Mike Vass. Thanks, Larry. Thanks, Ryan. Thanks, Dan. Have a good night. Have a good night, everybody. We appreciate you being part of the Krueg Show.
Yeah, never met a man I've been scared of. Careful, you gon' get exactly what you asked for. Careful, whatever you bring me, getting handled. I answer to no one, I don't need to hassle. Yeah, we ain't never fall back.